Mic check 1, 2. This is DJ Torch on the ones and twos. We're about to get the show started. About to get this show started. Tell your friends. We're about to do that.
And the pot calls the kettle black, calls the kettle burnt, calls her mad. Kettle reminds the pot that we both been burned on the same stove, that the parts of our bodies that are layered in soot were scorched by the same hands. Kettle tells pot that she still boils water, holds the hot breath of a white man's tongue, endures the slow simmer of a white woman's allyship, and still we make something beautiful. Pot calls the kettle wicked, and Kettle says no, but says she's so magical she burned the hand of the last man who tried to pour himself a piece of her. Says she's so black she is everything, so black she is the beginning. She is the first thing someone finds home in when they wake up in the morning. Says ain't that what it means to be black? To have the world go up in flames around you and still be sanctuary for someone, saving men who lost themselves the night before, saving men who curse our names but forget his mama is made of steel too. And now the pot has no words, but calls the kettle bitter, but loves the glass pan, the fine china, loves all the exotic shit white men put behind glass casings, loves how fragile things not made of steel can be. But this isn't about the pot or the pan. This is about the kettle, the black woman, how she pours herself across the earth, but no one bats an eye when the water disappears. We give ourselves to men who never love us, but they say we are difficult, too hard to break. How we, the kettle, praise this pot, this man for all the water he holds. How we are the only ones who do not call him monster when the water boils over, because we know this heat, this white flame, hot enough to make any of us explode. We are the first ones to make noise when the world goes up in flames, but they say the earth was saved by the man who heard her scream. Pot calls the kettle black, and Kettle says yes, but says you best remember you black too. The next time they bring a fire to your neck, they burn black bodies on the stake and the stove. Pot calls the kettle black, and Kettle says, bitch, I might be. Says, nuck if you buck. Then says, wipe me down. Kettle says, yes, my nigga, I be black, I be mad, and I boiled the last man down to his bones when he tried to test me. Pot calls the kettle black, and Kettle says, hell yes. But don't say my name as if you ain't ever been burnt too.
All right, all right, all right. This is DJ Torch on the 1 and 2. Like to kick out some shout outs. In the house, Miss RV. In the house, Vonda, Gemini, a lady. Woo said it is in the house. Happy Life is in the house. Vonda is in the house. We have LM in the house. We're about to get this party started, y'all. Mercy Me is in the house. Let me go with this.
Say, oh, hi. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the channel. Sprinkle, sprinkle, everyone. Y'all need to get y'all sprinkle shirts.
Oh my God.
I got
Jenny B in the
mine.
house.
I've had these for a long time, many years. And since y'all, some of y'all were telling me I need to make shirts that say sprinkle, sprinkle. I've been had shirts that say sprinkle, sprinkle for years on my merch section. So if y'all want to get one, here's a few. You could get them in crop tees, long tees, men or women style. So it's a crop. You can put them in different colors or whatnot. So sprinkle, sprinkle, get your t-shirt. You can also create whatever you want on the website as far like there's a sprinkle, sprinkle mug. You can get stickers or t-shirts or whatever from the merch section of YouTube on my channel. But the direct link at the top is how you're going to get the shirt. And there it is again. You can get, and I'll post it in the comments. But I'm only going to be here for a few minutes. I just want to come on and say hello. How are you? Get a shirt. It's cute, right? There's more fitted ones if you don't like crops. Like you could get a fitted one that's long with the, or there's hoodies if you want to make a hoodie with, you know, you can create whatever. Okay. But I've had these shirts on the merch section of this channel for years. These are not new. I just ordered some. So thank y'all.
Why'd you stop, DJ? DJ.
Back in the day. Back in the day. Let's get back to this boring chick right here. Here we go.
Do y'all have any thing y'all want to talk about real quick? Because I'm only going to be on here for about 10, 15 minutes. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It means it's okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle has so many meanings. It's a way to say thank you. It's a way to say I agree. It's a way to say okay. It's a way to say blessings and abundance back to you as well. Like when someone gives me money or a cash app. It's just my little way of acknowledging you guys with sprinkles. You know, you're going viral. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. Random, but do you think it's too old and tacky for a 33-year-old to wear juicy couture pink handbag? 33.
That's pretty interesting right there. I think I still at this point, really quite honestly, this is gonna be weird. Let's just keep playing.
3 is still young to me. I don't know. I would wear it. And I'm way older than 33. If you could pull it off. You see, I have that same issue. Like when I go to my closet to dress, you know what I literally have to think?
You know, let's break down what
when I met
sprinkle
James,
me
he was married and he had a girlfriend, but I didn't know.
Okay, this is the sprinkle me lady, just in case you can't tell, but she has makeup on, so she looks a little bit different.
Didn't know, because of course guys lie. You know, they see a pretty woman, they want her. They're not married, they ain't got a girlfriend. Oh, they single for the night. Yes. So, you know, I asked him, are you married? He said no. I said, okay.
So the girls asked me to tap in when it comes to this sprinkle, share 7 situation. So I'm like, okay, I'll tap in. But honestly, sis, where are you living under a rock? I have to ask you that because, girl, Cher has been sending smoke alarms. She has been whistleblowing, and y'all have not been catching the signals. But she is all about getting what she wants, any means necessary. And even if that means stepping on the next woman's back to get it. So why is this shocking? I don't know. I'm like, girl, this should not even be shocking. But for some women, it's shocking. And I'm just like, what's so shocking about it? See, I think the issue is, and this is strictly my opinion, I think the issue is that women come online taking advice from other women who show a sense of confidence, right? You listen to them trying to find yourself in who you are, but you do it in a way to where you're living through them, and then you're somehow gaining your own identity that way. And that's not how it works. That's performative, it's fake, it's not authentic, and it's not really who you are. Who you are is a part of your experiences, your own experiences. And if you don't have any experiences, you need to log out and you need to go get some experiences so you can find out who you are. Let's start with that. You're gaining an identity through a woman and her experiences, and then you're trying to pass it on as if that's who you are. That's not who you are. And this is why you're disappointed, because you're learning something about a woman that you maybe didn't know, or it's a shock to learn, because now you have created this false identity around a woman and her experiences, and you're not liking where it originated from, which was her ending up with a married man and married that married man knowing that he had a wife. And now you're upset, and you shouldn't be, because that was Cher's life. That was her choice. You have a whole life ahead of you, and you have your own choices. So it shouldn't matter. But if you did create an identity around this woman through her advice, maybe you need to take a step back and reevaluate who you are. And when you do that, you will learn your worth, and then you will create your own standards, and you will create your own boundaries, and you will know what you want out of life once you do that. And that's just Yanni's opinion. Big sis, that's my opinion.
All right, Gemini, if you can clarify exactly what's going on here to the crowd.
Okay, so apparently there's an uproar about Sprinkle Sprinkle. She was 7, about her husband having been married and also had a girlfriend when they met and got together. So there's an uproar in the community, the Black section of YouTube, the women that follow her, and some that, watched and idolized her. Were upset to find out that she was essentially dating and married a married man. And what Yanni is saying is, if you've built your whole identity or your whole standards based upon someone else that you were living vicariously through, then you need to re-examine yourself and your ideals. And that's what we're talking about here, is how people get on YouTube and they get on social media and they idolize certain people the same way that they do with entertainers and movie stars. And you don't have a clear and full picture of these people's lives and all the things that they've been through. All you know is what they've represented and what they've allowed you to know about themselves. So essentially, what Yanni is saying is, get out and breathe. Go live your reality. Go get your own experiences and only take some things from these people. You shouldn't be so immersed into their lives and so entangled into their lives that you don't have your own identity, and that it upsets the very fabric of your being when you find out something about these people.
The only
when I first heard
question
y'all
I
talking
have,
at Spring, so when I first heard y'all talking,
Wait, Happy, did you have something you wanted to say?
yeah, the only question I have, Gemini, is does she have a man? And if she does, and she married to her husband, then she did a successful hustle.
If you say so. I don't know if she's still married. I don't know anything about that. That wasn't my point. So
Okay,
I don't.
just in general, I asked that question because if she does have a husband, then I'll say, you know what? All right, that's how you do the mammy thing.
How you do what mammy thing?
Like if she's mammying to like men or women, is what I'm saying.
How do you mammy to women?
By telling them to make money off of men, that's how you do it.
If you say so, Happy. I okay.
All right.
What you think, DJ?
Let me just get this right. So let me just simplify this down. So basically, she got with the man who was already married and already had another mistress. I just want to confirm that's what we're talking about. Because that to me sounds like some low down ish. In my opinion, that's low down. So you can't really, in my opinion, you can't really respect this woman's word that much, because she just showed you who she is. Her life shows you who she is. She's not an honorable person. That's not honorable to sneak in on not only a wife, okay, but a mistress. She was really third in line. So, I mean,
She wasn't the first.
no, I mean, okay, dude, it was like this. Dude that she married now was cheating on his wife with, I assume, this woman here that we see and his mistress, because he had a mistress. Now, whether his wife knew it or not, we don't know. I don't know. But basically, the one thing that women and men aren't supposed to do is finagle in somebody else's marriage. That's what I want to clear up. That's what because some people are saying that it's not true or whatever, but that's my understanding.
Thank you, DJ.
So, in my opinion, if I was just to grade this to anybody, because I don't know this woman from Adam or Eve, for that matter, so I have no grudges against this woman. But if what is said went down, it makes no sense. But then it makes a lot of sense that she has a following. She does, because people love to follow drama. People love to follow dysfunction. So I guess that's the point. Let me keep rolling. See what else we got going on here. This is Black Macho. I forgot her real name, but here we go.
So when I first heard y'all talking that sprinkle shit, it was annoying me. My 23-year-old daughter came home talking about some sprinkle. I was like, nah, the hell? We don't use that terminology up in this house. So finally, I decided to write a blog about it, about why it bothered me so much that y'all kept saying sprinkle. I specifically talked about this sprinkle lady, the history of this sprinkle lady. She used to be on YouTube. And she used to be thick as thieves with this other femininity coach named Michaela Pink, who is in prison right now for 5 years for committing real estate fraud. Y'all better stop listening to people with dubious character. So I wrote that inside of the blog. And I also put inside of the blog that she was her husband's mistress. Initially, that's who she was. And y'all came on my comment section like, nuh-uh, you just a hater. You mad, nuh-uh.
When I met James, he was married and he had a girlfriend.
And then some of the girls that knew still gave her a pass. But y'all was so quick to drag the fuck out of me when y'all thought I was my son's father's mistress. Y'all want money so bad. I get it. I'ma come back around on you when you getting with these men for dubious reasons. Period. I say this all of the time in all of my blogs. I wrote a book for y'all. It's called How to Be a Lady of Leisure. You can be a lady of leisure without having to use a man for money. Go download it.
I'm in a great relationship right now, but
okay, so again, this is just to point out how people say things and do the opposite of them. This is another person with a long, I don't know, I'll just say she's a person with a long history.
So when I first
a long history on this internet, on this platform, period. Because she's saying that people thought she was her child's father's mistress. Well, I mean, if your child's father was married and living with his wife, then what does that make you exactly, DJ?
A mistress.
Oh, okay. So, so in other words, she was a mistress, and she was in a whole bunch of messy stuff herself. And a lot of these content creators will do, especially the women, they will point out somebody else's what they think is sordid past, while believing that their sordid past is not supposed to be brought up. And so it's a money grab. And that's another thing. Like, these people are on here for money more than anything else. They're on this platform for money. There's really no such thing as someone empowering women and asking for money all of the time, because that's not empowerment, knowing that a lot of Black people aren't in a position to always be giving their money to someone else who's not really helping them.
Okay, so let me simplify this. So this woman here, what did she do? Let's go over that one more time.
What do you mean? What did she do?
In a short one sentence, what was her past as far as what
her past is more than one sentence. Like, her
She was a mistress herself.
Yeah, her past is quite extensive. Not only that, she proclaimed to be a swinger. At one time, she was claiming she was bisexual. At one time, she was claiming she was polyamorous. So she lived with her the youngest child's father in a car. I mean, her past is extremely sordid.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Gemini. What is your theory on why people are so drawn towards messy people?
Because that's what we're trauma bonded. So, in other words, we all love a good train wreck because that's how we commiserate with one another.
All right,
so that's what we have in common is train wrecks.
Got it. Just before I get started, let me get some shout outs. We have some wonderful people in the chat. The chat is popping as usual. We have Miss RV in the house, Aya Patsy in the house. We also have Jenny B in the house. We have Feisty Black Tina in the house. We have Siobhan in the house, Miss Nurse Fancy, Mrs. Nurse Fancy in the house. A lady in the house. Jenny B in the house. Tomas in the house. Woo said it in the house. Quita Ward in the house. We got a full house. This is popping. Let's keep it going. With this is popping. Anybody want to hear me sing some more?
We good.
You sure? I mean, I hit that note pretty good. You know, I think I really hit that note on point. But okay, I'll just go to the next video. Yeah. I thought y'all were here to see me hear and see me sing.
Sprinkle,
I'm in a great relationship right now, but I'm still getting over my ex.
Oh no! Is this your girl? I have to talk to you today. I want to verify one more time. This is your girl, right? Yeah. She just told me she's in a happy relationship, but she's still getting over her ex. How do you feel about that? I mean, it is what it is. You put the shades back on. He said it is what it is. But on the real, why are you doing that? Why aren't you over him yet?
We got together the day I broke up with my ex. He started it. It's not my fault.
What do you think about that, bro? Cap. Should I run or should I stay? Let him know.
I just want to stop it right there. She got together with this guy the day she broke up with her ex. So, okay. So she was done with that relationship before. So, well, let's listen.
In the comment section,
But
please.
wait a minute. She's getting over with her ex. Okay, my bad. My bad. See, if she's getting over her ex still, but she still broke up with her ex. Okay.
Let's not kid ourselves. This guy isn't running anywhere. But she said that she got with him the day she broke up with her ex. So that means she was cheating on her ex with him, whether that's physically, emotionally, I don't know, but you can't just get into a relationship with someone without knowing them, right? She belongs to the streets.
So I've been single
wait,
since 2007.
wait. I want to know from the people in the chat. Because this guy seems to think that she cheated on her ex with the guy that she's in a relationship with now. She specifically said that she broke up with the guy the day that she met this guy. So am I crazy? Because I don't believe she was cheating. What do you guys think? That's not, I mean, if you're broken up with somebody, how is that cheating on them?
Well, okay, you did use the word met. I thought she used the word got together with, which is a little bit different. Let's go over this one more time. I'm going to rewind it.
No! Is this your girl? I have to talk to you.
Wait,
I'm in a great relationship right now, but I'm still getting over my ex.
Oh no! Is this your girl? I have to talk to you today. I want to verify one more time. This is your girl, right? Yeah. She just told me she's in a happy relationship, but she's still getting over her ex. How do you feel about that? I mean, it is what it is. You put the shades back on. He said it is what it is. But on the real, why are you doing that? Why aren't you over him yet?
We got together the day I broke up with my ex. He started.
Okay, so she said we got together the day I broke up with my ex. So it doesn't necessarily mean that she met him that day, but it sounds like they got together as far as being a couple that day. Does that make any sense? What y'all think?
I mean,
she by her saying getting over him, to me that means that she had already emotionally left the relationship. They broke up and she still hasn't gotten over whatever was going on in their relationship, but she moved on.
Right.
I mean, if the ex got another woman, it's a win-win, I guess.
Exactly, because that's the question. Why did they break up? And it's likely you know how it is, especially if it was a black man. You know what it probably was.
Right. A lady, I
said
think.
it.
A lady, I think hit it right. Regardless, it's rebound sex for sure.
Oh yeah, rebound all day.
Woo said it. Welcome to the stage.
Woo!
She must be busy. Woo, you there? I guess Woo didn't say it. No, I'm just playing. I can sing and I got good jokes.
Just said it herself.
Oops. Let me stop laughing like that. Okay. Stop. Okay, stop it, Gemini. I can feel you rolling your eyes right now. Okay.
I agree.
Let's play this through one more time. Here we
I'm
go.
in a great relationship right now, but I'm still getting over my ex.
Oh no! Is this your girl? I have to talk to you today. I want to verify one more time. This is your girl, right? Yeah. She just told me she's in a happy relationship, but she's still getting over her ex. How do you feel about that? I mean, it is what it is. You put the shades back on. He said it is what it is. Well, on the real, why are you doing that? Why aren't you over him yet?
We got together the day I broke up with my ex. He started it. It's not my fault.
What do you think about that, bro?
Did she say he started it? It wasn't my fault?
Yep.
Okay.
So, hey, can you guys hear me?
Sure can.
Hey, Woo.
Okay. Hey, guys. I was trying to fix my audio, but continue with the video.
Bro. Cap. Should I run or should I stay? Let them know in the comment section, please.
Let's not kid ourselves.
Anyway, Gemini, should I play what this guy is saying too, or skip it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let's see what that.
To me, go ahead.
No, Woo, no, Woo.
Go ahead,
Go
Woo.
for it.
Well, to me, from what the girl said, it sounds like maybe she probably wasn't cheating on her boyfriend, but this new boyfriend was probably somebody that she put in a friend zone. Because when she said what did she say, he was waiting for it or he asked for it or something like that?
Yeah,
right?
she said let's go back a little bit.
So
But she's still getting over her ex. How do you feel about that? I mean, it is what it is. You put the shades back on. He said it is what it is. Well, on the real, why are you doing that? Why aren't you over him yet?
We got together the day I broke up with my ex. He started it. It's not my fault.
What do you think about that, bro? Cap. Should I run or should I?
Yeah, so he probably was a friend or something, playing, waiting for something to happen.
So she put him in rotation.
Maybe.
That makes sense.
It's funny to me when people say rotation, because a lot of times men do rotation and women don't. I believe he may have been a friend, like in the friend zone, or he was one of those guys that was interested and she didn't give him the time of day until she did actually break up with her boyfriend.
I don't know if she didn't give him the time of day, but she moved in. She made it official when she made it official. Let's put it that way.
I tell you, putting up a woman's Christmas lights is the worst thing y'all can ever do, guys. Don't ever do that.
What?
That's what you did for a woman before?
No, that's what one of my friends did. It was terrible.
That,
oh, man.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah, happy life. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, that was yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about, man.
No, we really don't. No,
I know. Are you really talking about Christmas lights, right? I'm thinking you actually talking about Christmas lights.
Like don't be her shoulder to cry on, put up her lights, fix the trees, things like that.
No, I think a guy can do that. I think
Oh
if
Lord.
if he's a genuine friend, that shouldn't be a problem. It only becomes a problem if he has a hidden agenda. If he likes her and he feels like if he does these nice gestures, then she would like him too. Then you setting yourself up.
Yeah, that's what I'm
because you're not
talking
really
about.
genuine.
Like the guy that really likes her but try to
Okay.
play it off like friends.
Because you're not really genuine.
Okay, let's see what the
Yeah.
Brit
That's when you
has to
set your
say.
own self up.
Yeah.
Say, let them know in the comment section, please.
Let's not kid ourselves. This guy isn't running anywhere. But she said that she got with him the day she broke up with her ex. So that means she was cheating on her ex with him, whether that's physically, emotionally, I don't know, but you can't just get into a relationship with someone without knowing them, right? She belongs to the streets.
So
Thoughts? Or did we go over this? Enough.
Well,
I've been single since 2017.
Damn. So what is
I don't want to be single, but I don't put a whole lot of effort into not being single. Yeah. I'm on a dating app, Hinge. I know you've heard of it. Yeah. So every once in a while, I'll just delete it and think, yeah, I'm good. I don't need anybody. And then I'm like, no, I don't want to die alone.
Buy a dog, die alone.
So I, download the app again. And I have
sounds weird coming from somebody who died. That just does. I'm sorry.
Problem because when somebody who is so attractive tries to talk to me, I'm like, no, sir. Maybe my confidence is like really low now that I'm older, but I'm like, no, what do you want with me? Like, look at you, look at me. And then I feel like it's a scam.
That's true. That's pretty true. That's pretty true.
Anyone else? Dating in your 40s sucks. It sucks. It's absolute malarkey.
This is one of the many.
So, should we keep going with this, or what do you guys think? Madison Goldman in the house. Creative Solutions in the house.
I hope that she don't end up like Sprinkle. That's all I got to say.
Wait, I thought you was okay with the way Sprinkle ended up. Like, I'm confused, Happy. You're confusing me.
How?
But isn't Sprinkle married though? Or
That's what I'm
she's
saying.
in a
Like, as far as I
relationship?
know, she's married and been married to the same guy for at least as long as she's been on YouTube, right?
I heard two different things. I heard somewhere where they said she was divorced, but then I just heard she was married. But I mean, what is so bad about what she's saying? I mean, some of the things she does say is cringy, but I don't understand what's the beef, because I just came across her. I just found out about her a couple of weeks ago. So are people mad because she's saying only date men for money or something, or what's the deal?
Yeah, that's what the alt war is about. Teaching women how to like finesse guys' money and stuff.
Okay.
Yes, hey lady, I'm looking for you.
All right. In the house, Feisty, Black Tina, Jen J, A Lady, Jenny B, Creative Solutions, Tam 2.0, Madison Goldman, Queen Award. Let's see what this guy has to say. I'm going to start him from the beginning right here.
Dating in your 40s sucks. It sucks. It's absolute malarkey.
This is one of the many reasons why men do not like to date older women. I'm looking at this woman and there's nothing wrong with her. She's not hard to look at. She's not unattractive, especially for her age. But the mental toll of dating, the mental toll of, she's probably been pursued by very attractive men in the past who have just used and abused her. Now it's taking a mental toll. Now, if you're of a certain level of attraction, she doesn't even want to go near you. This is very sad and unfortunate. And it's another reason why women should get this part of their life sorted before a certain age.
Today. Wait a minute.
Who gave this man the answers? Who is he?
Is he red pill? Is he red pill though?
I don't know, but why does he have the answers? Like, who is he? I mean,
He gotta be manicured.
YouTube people, this YouTube stuff is crazy.
Right, he's assuming before he even meets the woman.
Exactly. Woo, don't you see it weird that how he's acting like men don't have the same problem or the same mental wear and tear?
First off, he looks like he's only like 20, 21, 22. Like, he's probably never really experienced relationships or life, period. So That's why I'm like, who is he to say what a 40-something-year-old woman should have done in her younger years? Like,
Right.
what is going on? I don't.
If he was 30, I can understand, but he's young. Like, what in the
He
world?
looks
I
young
don't
to
even
me.
understand if he's 30 because, like, again, like she said, you don't know what this woman has been through. And like DJ said, you're saying this about what women have been through, but what about men? Because men are the ones that don't really bounce back. They can have their heart broken in high school and still be crying about it at 56 years old.
That's
Right.
true.
Obsidian.
Oh yeah, that guy cries
This
every
dude is
day.
still talking about, not going to the prom with the one he wanted to go with and his mom choosing a date. And this dude is almost 60 years old. So it's not women that don't get over things, it's men. And
But
because they were running into so many doggone damaged men, then they become damaged themselves.
But this guy's comprehension is all thrown off anyway, because with the first clip that he showed, he automatically assumed that from what the scenario was, that the girl was cheating on her ex the whole time, when he don't even know. He doesn't know. He doesn't have evidence of that. So he's not that smart.
This is how this is how a lot of these younger black men think. They make shit up in their mind all the time.
Yep. And
You
it
know?
feeds the other dummies that's looking for answers. And now everybody walking around here dumb.
Stuck on stupid. Stuck on stupid. Because the older men are stuck on stupid, and the older men are the ones that are telling the younger men. So he's likely been listening to older men, and this is where he's getting his information from. Hence the beginning of the video where Yanni was talking about stop idolizing and internalizing other people's experiences and making them your own. And so you go out and you meet other people based on a skewed sense of reality. Like, go out and make your own reality. Go out and have your own experiences, so you know how to navigate through real life, because these people are only selling you a portion of themselves, and a lot of times the portion that they're selling isn't even real.
It's not even what they experience themselves. I mean, it's scary, actually. It's leading these people into a dangerous zone.
Woo, woo. You know why they can't? They're on the Pearly train.
No, I think these guys were dumb before Pearly.
That's for sure. Yeah,
but
of course they were, because they wouldn't have even fallen victim to a Pearly if they weren't already stupid.
Exactly. Let me get out a quick shout out, and then I want to get Creative Solutions and Heathen Queen's opinion in the house. Southern Belle, you got to leave me alone today. Don't be roasting me again. Don't be roasting me. Oops, I should shut up because I'm just outing myself. But anyway, Southern Belle, Healthy Black Pill is in here too, and Miss Globe Girl is in the house. Miss RV is in the house. Okay, Creative Solutions. What's your thoughts on the situation?
Just before you go, Creative.
Okay.
Smash that like button.
Yeah, dang it. The like button is free. It's free 99. It's free. Anyway, Creative, what are you thinking?
First and foremost, I feel like everybody who has a camera and a mic, some things just doesn't need to be said. But like, to be honest, he doesn't even look all that. And to be on the mic, he's over here judging these women. Like, the women he's judging look way better than him. First and foremost. And then second of all, he's so young. And it's true what you guys saying. He probably doesn't even have the guts or the wherewithal to approach these women. But he has the nerve to sit here and talk about and voice his opinion. Most of these men don't even have the guts to approach these women. That's why they're so comfortable sitting behind the screen and saying all of these things. Because when it comes down to action, they don't know how to do it.
Good point. I mean, his self-esteem isn't to a point where he can focus on doing what he needs to do. Heathen Queen, how about you?
Oh, hi. Can you guys hear me?
Sure can.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, half the problem is that we put mics in the hands of stupid people. That's half the problem.
True.
The other half of that problem is half of these people don't have as much experience as they think they do. And they're listening to other people and they're getting it wrong. Their interpretation of it is completely wrong. How are you going to give somebody advice if you're 25? How are you giving somebody that's 40 advice?
Right.
I don't there's no way you're giving me advice and you're not my age. I'm just not going to listen to you. It just only if it's logical will I listen. But somebody that's 25 cannot tell me anything about anything. So I don't listen to half of what I hear anyway. And I get the point that everybody wants to make money, and I get the point that, we got to do something on the internet. I get all that. But the problem is anybody can pick up a mic and anybody can say anything, and you got cuckoo birds out here who believe everything they hear. And that's what we have. We have a problem where we got people saying any old thing that they want to say, and then you got cuckoo birds out here believing it. Look how many people followed that Andrew Tate and that Andrew Tate and his brother. Never even heard of them before they got on internet, and now they like gods over there. So these people you just believe everything you hear. You can't believe everything you hear. And that's the problem. There's no discernment whatsoever. You just hear something, and then if it sort of aligns with your beliefs, then you're gonna believe it. It's like I couldn't even believe the other day people were like, well, you're a liberal or you're a conservative. I'm nowhere near conservative at all. I am a liberal straight up, a Democrat straight up, no conservative, anything else. And I've been that way since I've been young. But I'm having a conversation with somebody who's trying to tell me, oh, you're a liberal, so that's a bad thing. You don't know anything about it. You're 25, 28. You can't tell me anything about what a liberal is or Democrat is. I've been doing it all my whole life. You can't tell me anything about it. That's new. You hear a lot of garbage on the internet and you think that's the truth. That's the only problem I had with people on here. They believe everything they hear instead of having practical world examples that they have done to prove that this is correct. Just listen to somebody and then they the ones you got to believe instead of going out and experiencing life and experiencing all of these things. People get on here, they're afraid to get their heart broke. They're afraid to say the wrong thing. They're afraid to do all this and the other. Look, I'm living life unapologetically on this internet. And I'm not listening to anybody give me advice. If you ain't my age, I can't listen to your advice because you don't know what I know. And you haven't been on this planet long enough to know what I know, right? So I love what people talk. I love the conversations. I love the arguments. I love all of that contrary stuff. But there's no way I'm taking the advice that I hear on here as gospel. I just enjoy the ride. That's it. That's what they should be doing, enjoying the ride, and that's it.
Got it.
Jenny J says, this is why education is so important, but they don't believe in education. The uneducated are easy to conquer and manipulate.
Very well said. Quick shout out to Gen Z in the house. Quick shout out to A Lady in the house. Aya Patsy, Southern Belle, Quita Ward. I want
3D.
3D is in the house. Madison Goldman in the house. There's still one more person I need to give a shout out to.
Kittens in Casket.
Camo is in the house. Let's see what else this guy has to say.
Life sorted before a certain age.
Today's women want the power of a man, the privileges of a woman, but the responsibilities of neither. Let me explain. You want to be...
No, she's lying. That's not true. It's just not true. Next, if I could next her,
DJ, let her say it so we can.
Okay. I got a short trigger tonight.
Financially provided for, right? You want him to pay the bills, take the check at the restaurant, pay for the house, fill up the car, pay for the roof over your head, the food that you eat, the clothes that you wear, the holidays you want to go on. Okay, But then what are you bringing to the table in the marriage? You don't want to be caught cooking or cleaning or looking after the house or looking after the kids, because you're not some maid. You're not his mom. You're not some nanny, right? You're Miss Independent, Miss Autonomy, Miss Freedom. And you don't want to be caught doing any of that stuff. So what are you doing? You want him to hold the door open for you to enter, the car door open for you to exit. You know, you want him to romance you with flowers and adoration and affection.
Who the fuck is he?
Pick me.
I mean, let me calm down. Let me keep playing it. She's getting on my nerves, though.
Hey, great, he should. But then what are you doing to show him your love? You want him to elevate you? Great, he should. But how are you elevating him? What are you bringing to the table? What is your contribution to the marriage? What is your role in the partnership? What responsibilities are you shouldering? Or is it just take, but no give?
Let me just get this out of the way off the bat. In the West, Muslim women make the best wives. It's not even a debate. It's what they're raised to do. For me, this comes down to the fact that there are a lot of women who...
Did he say that? Okay. Let me just go back a little bit.
How will he know that if he's not even is he Muslim? How will he know that?
He gotta be one of them Jamaican brothers.
Like these guys be speaking from experiences they never even experienced.
Yeah.
Like, how would you know that? Like, that's what gets me. How would you know that?
Give.
Let me just get this out of the way off the bat. In the West, Muslim women make the best wives. It's not...
This is where
they don't know what a wife is.
I'm sorry, I was chewing my finger because I'm getting all stressed out. My bad.
They don't know
this
what
dude's
a wife
a fool.
is. Yeah.
Dude is a fool. He doesn't know. He's what? How many people can you marry in the U.S.? You know, one person, right? So even if he was married, which he's not, everything Heathen Queen said is on point with how this dude is. Sitting here making shit up. First of all, the woman in the Cape, she was not even on point at all. She's acting like all women don't do anything. The fact, about women in the West, well, Muslim women aren't from the West, nigga. They might live here, but they're not from the West, you dumb idiot.
Well, some of them are. They've converted. So some of them are.
But I mean, as far as them authentically from being from the West, where you can make a statement saying they're from the West. No, this dude's a fool. Gemini, I think I'm gonna have to take a time out. This is he almost gets one of my nigga please awards. I swear to God. I'm sorry. Let me calm down. Let me ask everybody else in this thing. I need to calm down for a minute. Where are my meds at?
The problem is they have a weird sense of what a wife is. You have a weird sense of what a wife is. Somebody gave you a list of things that a wife is supposed to do, and you just trying to tick those off for every female that you run into. A wife is so many things other than just a cooker, a cleaner, a candlestick maker. You cannot put a title on what she is. They don't know what a Muslim woman does or what she has to endure living with a burqa on, living in that stifling country that she may be living in the Middle East. They have no idea what that woman is going through. They have no idea. They haven't mutilated sexual parts. They all kinds of things are happening to those women over there. And you cannot tell me that they make the best wives when they are so suppressed But I'm not here to make an argument about who is the better wife. I'm saying they have the wrong sense of what a wife is, because only if you really, really have been in it and know about a relationship and a marriage, you really cannot understand it. And these young men have not even been anywhere near being a husband. So how do you have a long conversation or any kind of what is it called? What is it called? Relationship coach. How are you a relationship coach and you've only been in 1-2 relationships? How are you a relationship coach and you've never been married? How are you and giving advice on marriage? How are you a relationship coach and you're a man giving advice to a female? How does a man tell me what to do as a female when he's never been a female?
Right.
So, I just have a hard time taking advice from someone who has never done any of these things. Great. There's statistics and there's things that maybe back up your theories, but experience is the best teacher, I always say. And if you don't have any experience with the relationship that you're talking about, the relationship that you call yourself an expert at, then you're not an expert. You're just speaking from data. You're just speaking from talking points. Not saying that those talking points are wrong, but you cannot tell me what it's like to feel safe under the umbrella of a man if and he be your husband and you feel completely and utterly safe and be able to rest in your femininity and be the woman that you want to be or can be. You cannot tell me about that if you've never been married and you don't know how that feels. You can surmise, you can guess, you can read statistics all you want, but you cannot tell someone who's been married how that feels. Okay? To know a person is going to walk through the door at this particular time, knowing that you're going to feel safe when that person walks through the door, knowing you're going to be protected when that person walks through the door. A person who's never been married doesn't know how that feels, right? So it's difficult for me to take advice from these young guys when I know you have never been married, when I know you haven't been in a relationship longer than X, Y, and Z, right? Not saying you can, like I said, it's not that you can't speak on it. It's just that you cannot tell me how it feels at 2:00 in the morning when your husband or your wife is not there and you're unsettled and you don't know why you're unsettled. Okay. These are things you don't know unless you have been there, unless you have been in that situation. So I don't listen to people who've never experienced that. I get what you're saying, that you got to sell a product on here, but it's just goes into one ear and out the other for people like me. So I get it.
Creative, what are your thoughts?
Okay, my thoughts is, even though he's listening to her, right? He doesn't have the money to pay for a wife. For the woman that he wants who looks good, he doesn't even know how much it costs for her daily upkeep. He probably doesn't even have the money to buy a house, a car, to house all of these things to have a wife. So he's sitting in there in dreamscope and dreamland, like, yeah, you tell them. But he know damn well he cannot afford a wife even if he tried. So he
I
has
want
to,
to
he has
exactly
to sit
creative.
on
A
the
lot of these,
sidelines. Huh?
yeah, a lot of these guys don't know what it takes to house a wife, to house a family, what it takes to emotionally take care of a family, what it takes to financially take care of a family, what it takes to socially take care of a family. So what you have is a whole bunch of guys that are using the talking points from people who have failed marriages, if they've ever been married, or men who've never been married themselves.
Right.
Right. The feeling I get from him is that, and a lot of guys like him, is they're like those sports fans who think they know everything about football, and they're calling pro quarterbacks, oh, he's trash, he doesn't know how to throw out in the flat, or you see what I'm saying? Backseat driver kind of stuff with no experience.
Monday morning quarterbacking.
There you go.
Fake guru quarterbacking.
And as it pertains to Muslim women, especially devout Muslim women, those women can often find themselves in precarious situations because they do honor and go by the rules of their religion. And so what makes them good wives to these black men is that they have no power and they have no say so, and they are subservient. It's
Right.
not about them being able to cook and clean and be supportive. That's not it. It's the
Right.
fact that they relinquish all of their power, all of their autonomy, and all of their being to these men.
Right.
And what she's saying about you're wanting a man to be the provider, protector, open the doors and do it. Yes, you want all those things. But I do understand there's a point where the point that she's making as it pertains to what you're bringing yourself. Because a lot of these guys want those things, but they also want women to pay half.
Right.
Yes, and let's be
And
honest.
so what women are saying is, I'm not. If I'm saying I want the whole thing, then I'm not. I shouldn't be paying half. I shouldn't be paying any major bills. I really shouldn't even be paying minor bills.
Right.
If you're expecting all that, you're expecting me to write. You're expecting me to cook, clean, birth the children, raise the children, be fit, feminine, and not have any say so over anything, then that means that you yourself are bringing all the provision, all the protection. There is nothing that I should have to ask for, and there's nothing that I should have to do without.
Right.
If you cannot do those things, then you will not get everything that you're asking for as a man.
Right.
But these men on this platform are pretending as though women owe them all those things, even though she needs to pay half as well.
Right.
And that's what Sprinkle is saying. She be saying, if he ain't paying all the bills, he can't tell me what to do. You better go back and go think again. And she
You
be,
agree with her, Creator?
huh?
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, you damn right. Like, if I have to come out of pocket for anything, you cannot tell me what to do, how to do it, where I should be at. I don't agree that they should do any of that anyway. But most of these men can't even pay all of that, to begin with. But what she said there is true. Are you paying all my bills? Are you housing me? Are you giving me all this money? Are you supporting me in any kind of way? If you ain't doing any of that, you can't tell me what to do.
Well, they don't make enough money to do that. You
Exactly.
$50,000 a year or something like that. That's enough money for you to catch the bus home and get you a lunch for the next day. That's not enough money to even take care of your own self. How is that enough to take care of a wife and some kids, right? And then you got 1,000 things that you're asking for. You're asking for, but see, that cooking and cleaning, all that's normal grown-up stuff. Stop asking for normal grown-up stuff, because you should be able to take care of yourself doing that cooking, that cleaning, and all of that other stuff. You want to go beyond that. You want to get submission and all of this. But that's a whole nother kettle. When you only making $50,000 a year, you can't ask me. They get mad if you say, what do you want in a relationship? Well, you want me fit and submissive and all that? Okay, then when you ask me to do all that and I'm gonna be submissive and all this, and I got to sit at home and I don't work, then don't ask me to do nothing else but sit at home. But the minute you say, I ain't gonna work, I'm just gonna sit at home, I ain't gonna get educated, I ain't gonna do none of that, I'm gonna sit at home and wait for you to walk through the door. That's when they say, well, she want my money. That's all she want is my money. She ain't gonna do nothing. You can't have it both ways.
Jen J says, Jen J says, this ninja on the screen looking like Hakeem Potter. You're a wheelchair.
He ain't never lied.
Yeah.
He does look like Potter.
No, I think these men, they don't want to take care of themselves. They don't want to cook for themselves. They don't want to clean for themselves. They don't want to plan anything, for future for themselves to do things. They don't think it's their job to do that. I swear, I don't know where they get this mentality from, and they think that it's supposed to be the woman's job. It's the woman's job to be cooking. It's the woman's job to be cleaning. She's the one who's supposed to be taking care of the kids. I really don't know where they get these things from.
Kevin Samuel.
Well, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
They get it from each other and people who haven't been married for more than 5 years combined. Kevin Samuel.
Yeah, do you guys think this? This is a question. Do you think these men are so lazy that they want a lady to do everything for them that they want without providing anything in return.
Of
Yes.
course.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
it just comes off. Hazel Green is in the house, by the way. It just comes off like that because it seems like. Yeah, have you noticed that all through this video he hasn't said anything that we as black men are willing to offer? He's saying, "Oh yeah, Muslim women make the best wives." Why? Because they'll deal with broke ninjas or what? What is it?
They
You
want
know,
Yo, yo, DJ, you know what it boils down to? Men want to be women. Basically, the guys want to sit at home and let the women provide and then cook them everything. That's basically how these men operate these days.
right? H.T. Baldwin says there's a cost to being the boss, and a lot of these men don't get that, and that is true.
Right.
They don't.
One
But,
thing
maybe that's why they're in red pill because it's like it's their time to have their fantasy about being a higher value person than they actually are.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because they can't do it in real life.
Mm-hmm.
If the problem
Because
is
they're the ones that are sitting in the car crying about life and how life isn't supposed to be this hard.
they seem to think this is a 1950s television show where the women they walk in the door and the woman has an apron on and she's been slaving over a stove and keeping kids all day. Our relationship these days is more like the Cliff Huxtable and the Cosby Show. That's how a relationship is functioning normally, or it should be.
No, it doesn't even function that well.
No, I'm saying it's more along the lines of that kind of relationship as opposed to the 1950s where they walk in and the woman got an apron on. Okay, they seem to think we're going to go back to that time of when they made enough money. They don't make enough money for that, so we cannot go back to that time. We have to progress, and they don't want to progress, right? So now
Something, it just hit me, Heathen Queen. You know why they always go back to the 50s? Is because they can only afford a woman under a 50s budget.
Right.
There you go.
Underweight, because back then, if you made 40 or 50K, that's a lot of money back then.
Right.
Well, and not only that, when you think about it in those terms during segregation, that we were only allowed to live in a certain area as well.
Right.
And there were only certain jobs black women could have, and the whole dynamic was completely different, and we didn't have a choice but to be with each other.
But where did they go? Where did they get that idea from that we're going all the way back to that time? Why would they?
Because they're listening to old men that don't have anything that was born back in that time.
Yo, that's what Kevin Samuels was trying to preach. Like, let's get back to the 1950s. Let's enforce these women to cook and all this.
But they don't want to go back to that time when they were subjected. So they want to go back to that. And that's the thing about these people, is that they see things through so linearly and one dimensional. They want to go back to that time, but they fail to think about what happened to them during that time. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the history it's as though they're operating outside in two different histories. Just like they operate outside of the ideology and understanding that black women were on the plantation in the field with them. They act like every black woman was in the house. Just like they act like black women weren't lynched right beside them. Black women and black children were lynched.
Right.
And so you have these men, the black women were out there in the civil rights, getting spit on, getting dogs sicked on them, getting sprayed down with water, going to jail at the same time as the black men.
Right.
But according to them, black women were somewhere sitting up pretty, not encountering anything of obstacles or tragedies or anything. Like some kind of way, black women were immune to the happenings of these errors.
Right. And that's the sad part right there. I was at work the other day, and I just happened to somebody come out of my office, and this guy, and they were having a discussion, and I heard one of them say, "Well, you black women betrayed us by going with the white man," and I was like, "Huh? What? What do we? You think that we were that we were happy to be being raped back then? That we were happy being in those situations back then where we couldn't be protected? You think that's where the jealousy of the black women have come from the man? You're gonna take us back to there where you thought we were saying okay that we were being raped, that it was okay for the white man to rape
I
us?
mean,
And
great.
what? I'm
Great.
sorry, great. I'm sorry. And it was like, yeah, this person thought in their mind, and it was an older gentleman, in their mind, that was what they thought about us black women, that we approved of, we liked it, or we didn't have any objection to being exploited like that. And that's where their jealousy of the black woman comes from. They thought we were sitting up being happy that we were getting raped, that we were happy that we wasn't, out in the field or whatever. It was just a really warped conversation. And then it was not enlightening for somebody to come out of the blue and say that. And I was like, what? Where do they really believe that we just sat up there and we were happy to be in that situation and we weren't getting killed and maimed and hurt and shot and all this other stuff, just like
Yes, they believe it because they live their lives on social media with their social media fathers who are telling them these things.
I'm gonna drop this video right here. Here we go. This might be a slightly off subject, but I think it will be very interesting.
Men do not see our value. They do not see our worth outside of what it is that we can do for them. It dawned on me. I had an epiphany just yesterday. And I realized why men were so angry at the song WAP. It's because how dare you, female dog? How dare you try to purport as if your vagina is something for you to receive pleasure from? Your vagina is there for me to exploit. And if I cannot exploit it, then you are wrong. You are wrong for exploiting yourself. They do not see you as human. You are a commodity to be traded among men, to be used for men. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Don't believe me? Start the discussion. Snoop Dogg and all of the old heads who had some of the most abusive, degrading lyrics about women. Why did they come out to disparage the song WAP, then go right back to their misogynistic lyrics? Was the problem ever the sentiment and lyrics of the song WAP? Or was it that a man wasn't singing them or being seen profiting from them?
There you go. What are your thoughts, y'all?
She's exactly right, because I don't know how any of them have anything to say when they've been degrading black women their whole career.
Men do not see.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
They've been degrading women their whole careers and singing the same type of lyrics, but it's just exploitative on the other end of things. And when women again took the power back and started singing about their own sexual organs, it's all of a sudden a problem.
Right. I mean, it's exactly that. I mean, if you extrapolate the lyrics, you reverse the genitals, it's the exact same thing as what dudes do sing about.
And another problem these men have is the more they make videos going in on women, the more that they make the mammies richer.
True. Okay, so now we have some more fun. Here we go. Melanated Vessel is in the house. Big Tiz is in the house. Miss RV is in the house. Madison Goldman is in the house. A Lady is in the house. Aya Patsy is in the house. Sutton Bell in the house. Jenny B. Kim Lee Moon is in the house. Creative Solutions is in the house. Quita Ward is in the house. Jen J. Ooh, I need to take a breath. Let's check out this one right here with my favorite
I wanted to
people.
speak on the WAP.
Okay. Go for it. Go for it.
Oh, so I was gonna say, so I agree. They're mad because we take back the power. I think the one thing that I can see the difference. I know back in the Caribbean, a lot of them, they have very vulgar music, and the women they talk about their sexuality, they embrace it, and they really don't care what the men have to say about it. And then you come over here and it's just like why? I feel like a lot of women need to embrace their sexuality as a part of who they are. It's like, why Why is it bad if the woman cannot enjoy sex? Like, what is wrong with a woman enjoying sex? You have all these
Nothing.
things about what men be going through. It's the truth, though. And
That
I think we shame that, and we don't allow the woman to fully, express herself and allow herself, to delve and explore that aspects of herself and be okay, with being okay with having sex and having an orgasm. And that should be normal. And I
true.
think the reason why they're mad about it is because they can't capitalize off of it. It's like, damn, she done took away, she not letting us capitalize off of her. She finally took her power back.
Right. A quick shout out to Mercy Me is in the house. I know you guys love my singing, and Henry Mars is in the house as well. I know you love my singing, everyone, but I can't do it. I cannot do it all night. I'm sorry, I cannot sing all night. I mean, Gemini, don't you think that
Jenny B says, I find it funny because they are the ones that will listen to rap music and follow everything from selling drugs, unaliving folks. Black women will listen to MTS, Cardi, City Girls, etc. on their way to work and school.
Yep.
We don't want you singing, DJ. Only you can sing the solo to Southern Belle, like when everybody else disappears. Southern Belle wants.
Yeah, she likes hearing that, DJ Southern Belle.
Well, I mean, she's a real fan, you know. Siobhan, stop laughing. I see you in the chat laughing. Stop that. LM in the house too. Okay, so let's see what my favorite friends, my pals, Latif is up to. Here we go.
I don't think it's cheating if you're not deceiving, right? Like, it's a consensual agreement. You don't have to like it, but you're still tolerating it, right? So if you are not lying, if you are not hiding it, if you are not manipulating the situation, it's not cheating. You can have whatever adverse feelings you want about the situation. But
if somebody has an adverse feeling about a situation, then you
cheating.
are manipulating the situation, right?
Exactly. Like, how do these people come up with this nonsense?
Well, you know, the genius Latif crew, you know how they roll. You know how they roll. Here we go. I guess I'll press that button again.
Still not cheating.
So I assume that she cheated or manipulated somebody into accepting a situation, or she is saying it because it happened to her and she wants to not feel like bad about it, if you know what I mean.
Do you mean once you know it's not cheating? Is that what you're saying?
So if the lying, the manipulating, the hiding never happens, it's never cheating. So ideally, it would be before.
I want to know why they're even going through this. What if you're supposed to be building a relationship?
Because they don't care. They're not about relationships. They're not about anything healthy. Everything that they speak on is dysfunctionality and how to get away with the dysfunction or how to live with the dysfunction. Right. That's what this woman is talking about. How to live with the dysfunction of men. Okay, so if he doesn't lie to you, and he doesn't manipulate you, then that means that when you first got into the whole thing, up front, day one, he said, I'm going to have multiple women. That's the only way that works. If he did not say that from day one, then he's manipulating or he's cheating. If he did not say that from day one, there's no way around that.
Right. You can't make a second deal later on in a relationship or get caught and say, well, this is what I want.
See, these men are gonna attract women who don't care about them. I swear, because these women are gonna have hidden agendas and hidden motives,
and then they'll be angry.
Yeah, and half the time they not going to care if you cheat or whatever you do. They're here for an alternative motive. She's not gonna get mad.
Angry at those women and blame other women for the foolery, because those women accepted that, and they only accepted it because they were doing their own thing too. But then you're going to blame every other woman because you put yourself in that situation with a woman that was like that. But that's what you wanted.
Right.
Exactly. I think they just wanna. It's like it's like a cat and a mouse chase. They want to go out and cheat, but if the girl already knows that he's cheating, it's no fun.
Yeah.
They need to feel like they getting away with something.
Miss Globe Girl says this: a black man brainwashed her. I agree. I agree. That's because she sounds like this is what you call masculine energy right here. Because I'm sorry, but I've rarely met a woman who was like gung ho about a dude going out and sleeping around and then coming back home. I just haven't seen that. They're just not gung ho about it. So to say that's not cheating, it might not be cheating in the basic form. If he says, I'm going to go out here and get laid, but it's what would be a good word for it? Immoral.
Yeah.
That's very immoral because you can go out there, you can catch chlamydia, give it to your wife, and she doesn't know about it until 6 months down the road, and that could mess up her system, and she won't be able to have kids anymore.
That's what I want to talk about.
But I think the only type of woman that would accept that is a woman that is either, like y'all said, gaining something or have zero self-worth.
Right.
That is just happy to have someone.
Well
and
said,
that's the thing, when we have these conversations, a lot of times the lines get blurred. They're not specific about what they're talking about. So you're having this conversation, but are you having this conversation about boyfriend, girlfriend, or are you having this conversation about married people? Because a lot of times when we have these discussions, these people aren't being specific about the dynamics of the relationships that they're referring to, and it makes a difference.
Right. And we seen this play out. This exact scenario play out with that Derek Jackson, his wife.
I was just about to say that, because Derek Jackson's wife is a prime example.
Right.
I think the only reason why she is doing the interview and she is mad is because it got out, because she had said something in the interview. It was like that basically, I can't really say it word by word. I would have to go back to the video. But basically, what I got from it was like, you was doing your cheating, but basically you got sloppy and it got out, because she knew the whole time.
Well, the problem we all had, the problem I had with that is that she said she was mimicking the moves of the women in the video. Now, who makes videos? Nobody but a pervert. So you knew you were married to a pervert. You knew these things. This is the problem I
Wait,
have.
Heathen Queen, what are you referring to? The moves?
The Derek Jackson, his wife.
What? I still don't understand.
Okay, I can break it down.
Okay.
Basically, Derek Jackson was making videos of having sex with other women, and his wife looked
yes, please,
with the side chicks, right? To get coaching on what he likes.
What?
Yeah. She was mimicking what they were doing in the videos.
Yeah, she would sneak through his phone and see the videos of him with the other women, because I guess he's into recording his sex acts. And she would snoop around his phone, and then she would try to recreate it when they would be in the bedroom.
Lord have mercy.
To kind of it was crazy. She was losing her mind. So
Did he
and then she wouldn't even
see. You know what? And I'm just going to say this. There is no way and no reason for a woman to subject herself to something like that. Because the thing about it is, you're not going to be what this man wants if he's already doing what he's doing. It's not your fault, because if he wasn't being satisfied in the bed with you, he can talk to you and tell you what he wants. And what he doesn't want. So women shouldn't subject themselves to men who are manipulative, maniacal, narcissistic, sociopathic. There's nothing you will ever be able to do to keep a man like that. Nothing. And it's not your fault. Cheating men is not the fault of a woman. He wants to cheat. This is on
Right.
him. The onus is on him. It's not on the woman. And women need to not internalize this bull crap thinking that men cheat on you because of you. No, they cheat because they want to cheat.
Right. But she does have to take responsibility for
what?
For staying.
Well, she knew he was cheating the whole time. She came into the situation of him messing around with multiple women.
Right. So
and even at one point of the marriage, when he got the condo, she would be coming to his condo when they was on a so-called break. You know, that's BS. She would be coming to his condo and would be seeing other women leaving at the same time.
So
So
yeah,
she
she's
was well
responsible
aware.
she's responsible for staying in that type of relationship.
Right.
But what I'm saying is women who aren't aware. I'm not
Right.
talking about women who go into it with
Right.
their eyes wide open, knowing that this is what's going on. No, he's in that situation. No, he's not cheating on you because you knew what kind of person he was to begin with. You
Right.
had you shouldn't have had any expectation on him being
It's for women who
monogamous
don't
with
know.
Right.
Right. The point I need to make here is this. This is a perfect example that submission is futile.
Yeah.
It is futile. It does not matter what you do. You're not going to get the results you want.
I still don't believe that it matters who you're being submissive to. And so if you're being submissive to the wrong one, yeah, it's futile. It'll be futile every time.
And respect.
See, to me, my feeling is that it won't even seem like submission if you're with the right person. It
Right.
won't be the kind of submission that I'm thinking about is a Kevin Samuels submission, where he's telling you that you if you need to be reminded to be submissive, then you're with the wrong person. That's my thinking, is because it should be natural.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay. So I guess in my point of view is that if submission is futile because it should be natural. If it's natural, then why is it even being called submission in the first place?
Well, it is still submission, but it's a natural occurrence. And it's only predicated upon the person who's doing all that they're supposed to do. See, what these men don't understand is trust. A woman has to be able to fully trust that you have her best interest and you're not going to do anything outside of her best interest. And that's when she can submit to you. She can relinquish that to you. But most of these, 99% of them aren't capable of that, because what they want the woman to be submissive for is for a completely different reason. Good men who are about their business, men who are doing everything right, don't even have to ask for it. It's not even something that they even mention.
Right. And they want a woman to submit to them and not say anything about their behavior. They want to do what they want to do, and then the woman has to accept whatever they want to do. That's half of what they want. They don't want you to say anything to them about their behavior, especially if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And they don't understand a woman naturally falls into the submissive category with the right man who allows her to be trusted by, or him trust her, or she trust him. And they don't get that.
I still think submission is futile. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I mean,
Go ahead
even
and die
some
on that
women
hill because you
submit
came
even
up
when
with
they're
it,
not even
DJ.
getting that. Some women submit, like prime example, Danae Jackson. She wasn't getting anything really that she needed from a husband, and she still submitted and did whatever, was willing to do whatever to keep him.
The futility of it all.
It's weird. I guess it depends on the individual and the situation.
Mercy Me says some stay because they are gaslit by everyone to accepting it. Let's not act like black families won't tolerate anything a man with money does.
But he didn't have money. He didn't have money when they got together. He was broke.
Oh wow.
I don't think she's being specific to Derrick Jackson and Denia. I think she was talking in general.
Okay, because she did say that they were poor. He got rich when they were together. She did say that.
She was probably the one who got him to get rich.
I don't know. She didn't elaborate on what was going on.
She from what she explained, she was the business. She hired the people when he was starting to take off. She was getting his things set up, getting him, so really propelling him, building him. Basically, she built him up. on the business end.
I believe
I
So,
agree. It sounds funny to me,
I
but after
mean,
watching,
I
I'm
believe
sorry. Go
she
ahead and
stood in
finish.
the
My bad for interrupting. Go ahead. Go ahead, Will.
No, I believe she stood in the background because a lot of people didn't know.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
A lot of people didn't know that he was married, so she stood in the background a long time. There was a lot of women that didn't know he was married.
Well, let's put it this way. I heard him speak, and I've heard her speak, and she seems like she's a lot smarter than he is.
Right.
That I mean, she just does. So I can see that she was the one doing all the hiring and everything like that, which is really weird because it makes me feel like that if she's doing all that, I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if she's gonna get a divorce, but if she does, has a strong case for getting half.
Yeah.
If he basically worked her for free. She was basically managing him for free.
Oh, I'd run that bag up.
Yes.
Up.
And the thing is that I know it sounds crazy this coming from a man, but ladies, you have to do this. Alexa just okay. You have to do this. You have to do it, and the reason why is because if you don't, these guys are going to just start. They're going to exploit that. If it's not you, it's going to be your friend. So you have to run up the bag because if you don't, number one, it's like this. If these men are accusing black women of running up the bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're accusing you of running up the bag, right? But every time you turn on the TV set, who's running up the bags?
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. Who was Dr. Dre dating? Was she a black woman? I don't think so. How about the golfer? Tyrese. We can go on.
Conway
and all these
West.
men are getting mad at these women running up the bag, but
wait. You're talking about Tiger Woods?
Tiger Woods, yeah.
Okay, wait. And this is one thing that I have to say this. I don't care who some biracial person is dating. Like if he's dating white women, he's half Korean. He's half Asian. So I mean, there's no ownership for people like that. So they're free to date whoever. If Drake dated white women, his mama white, right? So
no. My point is this: black men still claimed him. Whether it was right or not to do it, they still claimed him.
But I don't care what black men. I don't care what black men do because black men are crazy.
They took his. Wait a minute. They took his plight. They took his plight and made it their own, and then they put it on black women.
DJ, they took Nick Fuentes' plight and put it on black women. Like we're talking about people who just we're not talking about intellectual people. We're not talking about smart people. We're not talking about emotionally mature people.
Exactly, but you see my point. It's like if you're gonna get blamed for running up the bag, even though it was
you really run it up.
When really it wasn't you that ran up the bag, you might as well run up the bag.
Yeah.
You see my point? So I guess
black women need to take a page.
Right.
Thank you. There you go. Boom. I needed to shut up after that. That was perfect,
Yes.
Will.
Be careful where you take a page from. Just be careful with whom you take that
specifically.
page from.
I'm just saying specifically off of getting the bag. Knowing
and what
how
I'm
to
saying
move.
is, and
Because
the reason I say what I'm saying is, be careful with the men with particular, especially if you're doing it with a black man. I suggest you not doing it with a black man. Period. Because these black men are too freaking unstable, and running up a bag will cost you your life and your children's life. Like these guys don't care out here.
No, right? I know, right?
It seems like they don't mind going to prison. I don't know what it is, but they don't mind going to prison.
Right. And get on the social media and tell you all about it. Sure will.
Shooting each other up in the streets, man. That's not good.
But I hope Dania, whatever her name is, she get her head out the clouds and run up the bag on Derek and get everything.
Yeah.
on him.
Yeah,
because
she-
she
she's
deserves.
got-
The smart move for her would have been to start making moves while they were married. Start moving money while they were married.
Right.
Well, she was blindsided. He texted her and told her he wanted the divorce, and then plastered it on social media. So she was never going to leave him. She was going to let him cheat and just
that's
be
her,
depressed and pray
and
all
that's
day.
her fault, because she should have been squirreling away money, squirreling away. I would have had a whole other. I would have had a house in my name. I would have had money. I would have had furniture. Like, I'm serious,
Everything.
and I'm not joking. I'm serious. I would have had everything. It would have been like me walking in. Oh, okay. And I would have transitioned straight into another home.
But I don't think that
Gemini
was her
said, I'm going to
concern.
get hers.
I was gonna say, I think she came from money. Her family had money. I
Well,
don't think.
she seems very well spoken, creative. I agree. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
I was gonna say she came from money. What Derek Jackson? He was the one who needed her assets to flaunt and to get the other women with. She had the money. Her
I'm
family are
sorry, she
very
was a
well off.
fool. She was a fool of the fourth kind. There's no way. I get people are saying she was young, but when you wake up and you see some things and you're exposed to some things, you start moving in a certain way. I did. I started moving in a certain way, and trust me, when I left, I left him and he didn't know I was gone because he still had a house full of stuff. So,
but the thing is, she's the if she. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Will.
Hello.
Yeah, Will, go ahead.
Oh, she can't hear us.
Will, can you hear us?
Can y'all hear me? My signal messing up.
We can hear
no,
you.
we can hear you. We can hear you now.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. But the thing is, she's the brain. She's the brain behind him because the way they met, she was tutoring him. So
Okay,
she's
so that makes it even worse, though.
She's
Woo.
smart.
No, she's not. I'm just saying she's not because she allowed herself to be blindsided. If she was the brains behind the operation, you're not only being the brain, you have to also be the logical one. And so if you see your brainchild is deviating in any way, you start making plans.
Your Frankenstein.
Yeah.
When you see he turned into
Well,
Frankenstein.
maybe she's book smart, but she don't have no common sense. Because you can be book smart and dumb at the same time.
She's not street smart, though.
Haskett said she didn't come from money. Her parents was teenagers, and her father died when she was really
Yeah,
young.
she did say that. Her father died when she was 12. That's right. He died when she was young. No, yeah, they were 18 when they had her. She was an oops baby. And he died her dad died when she was 12. Right. I don't know whether the mom had money or not. But if she had all that discernment and she was the person that started the business, helped him get up where he was, she had an idea. See, I believe she knew. I believe she knew from day one what he was doing. She just looked at him and said, he a good looking man. He gonna make some money. I'm gonna stay with him. And I think he gonna turn it around once he get where he gonna get, and he gonna stay with me. Because she should have been running to a divorce attorney the minute we all found out that he was acting up like last year or whenever that was. She should have been running to an attorney, but she didn't. She let him blindside her and him file for divorce. She wasn't going nowhere. She was there. So that tells me her self-esteem was somewhere in the toilet. Okay? Her self-esteem was in the toilet long before he got exposed the way he got exposed. Okay?
She was definitely going to stay forever.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I got to play a little bit more of this.
Right? So, like, if you're saying, hey, listen, this is how I move, or even if you took the vows that say forsake all others and you align with the definitions, the moment that changes, if you're like, hey, this has now changed for me, and that person chooses to say,
wait a minute. Now she's trying to manipulate the vows of marriage.
Go back a little bit so we can get the full string of what she was saying.
How I move, or even if you took the vows that say forsake all, listen. So ideally it would be beforehand, right? So if the lying, the manipulating, the hiding never happens, it's never cheating.
And it's never a relationship, though. That's like just two people just, excuse my language, fucking around. That's basically what that is, in my opinion.
DJ, the whole purpose of rewinding is so we can get the whole just what you're saying.
Okay, I'll start it from the tip top. Here we go. And I'm going to go on mute because I know I'll be tempted. So I'm going on mute, everybody. You will not hear my wonderful voice for a minute anyway.
Easy on the trigger, DJ.
I don't think it's cheating if you're not deceiving, right? Like, it's a consensual agreement. You don't have to like it, but you're still tolerating it, right? So if you are not lying, if you are not hiding it, if you are not manipulating the situation, it's not cheating. You can have whatever adverse feelings you want about the situation, but it's still not cheating.
Do you mean once you know it's not cheating? Is that what you're saying?
So if the lying, the manipulating, the hiding never happens, it's never cheating. So ideally it would be beforehand, right? So like if you're saying, hey, listen, this is how I move. Or even if you took the vows that say forsake all others and you align with the definitions, the moment that changes, if you're like, hey, this has now changed for me, and that person chooses to say, it's a consensual agreement. Again, not all consensual agreements come with warm and fuzzy feelings.
Okay,
right?
But why go into a relationship if you know you're going to be unhappy with the way they choose to live? Why even choose to be in that?
Right.
Boo.
And it sounds as though
You nailed it.
you're in it
You
for
nailed
the
it.
only and because they didn't have anything in the beginning, this doesn't even sound right. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have anything in the beginning. They developed something within the relationship, within the marriage. So even I get what she's saying theoretically, but let's not pretend like there still wasn't some manipulation going on.
I don't understand it. Is she talking about if you're talking to somebody at work and you normally conversate with them and it's out in the open, it's not considered cheating? Is that the example that she's trying to say?
What she's saying is, before, if you go into the relationship knowing that this is how this person moves, knowing that this is what's going to happen during the relationship, and you still take those vows, then it's not cheating. Even though you've already agreed to whatever it is, just because you get feelings about it, he's not cheating because he told you up front what he was like, what it was going to be
Okay.
about.
And you have every right to get up and leave also. You don't have to sit there and take it.
But why be in a why be in a situation like she said if you don't like it? I would never go into a relationship if I don't like an aspect of something which is big, sleeping around with other people. That's huge. Why would I tolerate that? What am I getting out of that?
Right.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Sometimes people manipulate you into situations where your feelings have been hooked or snagged, and then they really explain what the deal is. And then you have a dilemma. This person really ain't all that bad, and this, that, and or it just ain't that bad. See, people mostly manipulate you into those kind of situations. It has nobody on this planet is gonna walk into a situation like that and say, "Oh, okay, I be number 300. That's cool." No, not many women are gonna be in that situation. I don't care how much money he got. I don't care how much money he make. Not too many people are gonna walk in and say, "I'm okay with this." And,
Right.
and especially in a marriage, especially after you've gotten married, right?
Right. In my old man mental state, if you are going to do, to me, people who swing and people who do that, that's not really a relationship. That's more, you demoted it down to a situationship in my old world thinking, my old school traditional per se, right? Thinking. And that's the problem I have with these people is like the Lapeef Network and all these people, they say, oh, we value traditional relationships. But then what is she, look at what she's saying. What's traditional about what she's talking about?
Absolutely nothing.
And that type of situation only benefits men, because majority, I would say 98% of women is not going to want to have like this open situation and sleep around with a whole bunch of men. Is this only benefits a man being able to openly sleep around with different women.
Right.
So that's why I said, as a woman, how does that benefit you, unless you're in a situation where this man is giving you a lifestyle that you wouldn't, you wouldn't normally come across. This would only work if you are living a
Which is
lavish lifestyle.
exactly, which is crazy, because we know 90% of Black people don't live like that. Probably over
No.
that, but at least 90% of Black people don't live like that. Most Black men can't afford to give you that type of luxury. So why in the world would you agree to something like that?
It
Except to
makes no
pull
sense,
yourself
especially
except to pull yourself out of an impoverished situation, and still then, hey, play the game for as long as you
these
can
men
play
are
the game for.
crazy. They want a 50-50 relationship, and then also you want it to be open too. Like, you
Right.
asking me for a lot. Like, what's going on? What am I getting out of this
No, they
deal?
asking for the impossible. Like, they're asking for the impossible.
Yes.
That's impossible. I can't. I can't even fake. I'm not a fake person, so I can't even move like that. That I'm not happy. Like, a
Right.
lot of people can fake in public. I'm not that one. Like, if you act up on me in public, expect to be acted up back. But if you hold it till we get home. I'ma hold it till we get home.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
just not that person.
Right.
Like, you
Gemini
go
can't
off
keep
on
it
me.
straight,
I mean,
y'all.
I did it. Like, I was there.
Right.
And I told my ex-husband, and this was when we were dating. I was like, look, let me tell you something. If you do that again, I don't care who car we in, you're gonna have to ask for a ride. like, I mean, that was just me. He never did that
Hey,
again. I didn't have to worry about it. You see what
I
I'm saying?
I have this situation where I was in the car with my husband and I was driving with my husband and his friend, right? And then they were talking about something between them two. And then my husband said something real crazy. Do you know I pulled over the side of the road and put him and his friend out? I said, I will act up on you if you act up on me. That's just the way it's gonna be. So I
Let me hit up some of these messages in the chat. They're getting good. They're getting real good. So Patsy says, "Hey, lady, they were married since they were 18 years old, and they're both from Liberia." I'm wondering if
what?
Are we talking about Action
Africa,
Jackson?
from Africa.
That would be interesting. Miss RV says they think I'm not going to let the other woman have him and win.
Mm-hmm.
I need a
That's
return
true,
on
though.
my investment.
That's
Boom.
true, though. A lot of women will hold on because they spent so long in the relationship, and they don't want another woman to benefit off of what they built up.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. It's very true. Aya Patsy says he was working for the government overseas and building a home, but he cheated and didn't say a word. She found out when she took her pap smear. Wow. She was
Oh my
embarrassed.
God.
See? Now, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Look, I ain't afraid to smile in the mugshot. Don't play with me.
Camel says there are plenty of women like Dania getting ran over by dusty men. Yep. Unfortunately, that's the funny thing is that they want these dusty men, they want you to allow them to run over you even more. They don't even want to improve and be loyal. Notice when Kevin Samuels spoke and the Red Pill speaks, they never speak about a man being loyal. Even in this Lapeef live, look at the values they point at. They always say protection and provider. They don't say anything about loyalty, character, kindness. They don't say any of that.
Well, and they don't even know what protection is. They don't know what
No.
providing or protecting is. They really don't have a clue what those things really mean. Because I was watching an episode on one of those. I don't remember if it was Leah Gordon or one of the other ones. No, a news. It was a news clip of a woman that got into an elevator with a person who was a registered ex offender, and he deleted her and sexually abused her before deleting her. And she was there in that apartment building seeing her boyfriend, and her boyfriend didn't walk her out. So in the comment section, you had a lot of people going back and forth saying that he should have at least walked her, made sure she got to her car safely. And then you had of course, the Ninja Dusty crew, the Nicolaites saying, well, you can't be with him you can't be with her 24/7, exonerating him. No, part of providing and protecting is making sure the person gets to their car safely. It's staying in the driveway and making sure the person gets in their home safely. It's even picking up, texting, even when they get in the house, to make sure nobody was in the house with them when they came in and caught them unawares.
Right.
That's what protecting is. But a lot of these guys don't understand what providing and protecting is. Protecting and providing is, if I have a flat tire on whatever highway I'm on, you're going to either one, come yourself, or make sure you send AAA or whatever to come get me and make sure that I make it to the spot. And that means you're going to call and make sure everything was okay.
Right.
See, these guys don't understand what providing and protecting is. They want to halfway do stuff and call providing and protecting is just, I pay the mortgage, but you pay all the rest of the bills. That's my provision.
What it is this. They want conditional provision and conditional. They want to offer conditional provision, and they want to offer conditional protection. As if they're in a good mood, they'll provide. If they're in a good mood, they'll protect. But if they're mad at you, then you're on your own. That's how it is. Even if you're in a relationship, I've seen it too many times. Tam 2.0 says these days a man can cheat and openly embarrass his lady, and guys will trash the woman.
Right.
Unbelievable. That is. Now hear this. Here we go. Dusty Flair says, if a man's happy, you'll be happy. I'm just going to leave it right there.
Right. Going back to what Gemini said, when I worked late, if I had to work late when we were young and I had to work a different shift or an afternoon shift, before I got out of the car or before I was even down the block, my husband would be standing on the porch waiting for me to come home and escort me into the house once I got off work. He never let me come into the house alone, get out of the car alone. That's what protection means. It's a lot more than just saying I will provide and protect and I'll give you money. It has a lot to do with presence and a lot to do with that kind of security. It's like they don't even understand what that means. If you ask them for the definition of what do I mean when I say, and people think about it. What do I mean when I say, if I tell a man that I need to feel safe and I need to feel wanted? What comes across your mind when I say that? I need to feel safe and I need to be wanted. What comes across your mind? Everything under the sun should come across your mind if you're a man, and I say that to you. And it's like I gave that scenario to a panel, and they didn't know what I was talking about. A man who understands what it means to protect a woman, who wants to provide and protect a woman, knows what I'm talking about when I say I need to feel safe and I need to be wanted before I can be even in a relationship with you.
I misunderstood what you're saying. Now I understand what you're saying. I was okay.
When I went to Italy, it put a lot in perspective for me. When I started asking regular questions and they started giving me answers, because it seems like they practice telling Americans how bad they are at life. So I asked them why their refrigerators were so small. And the lady looked at me, was like that look like, you damn Americans, y'all so stupid. She said, food is supposed to be made fresh. You're not supposed to keep tons of food in your refrigerator to eat. That's why they walk to the market to make fresh food whenever they decide to cook a meal for their family. And I was like, damn, if you do that, there's no need to put all these damn preservatives that's lowering your sperm.
No, and not only that, how many people live in walking distance to the supermarket? Like, my supermarket is nowhere near me. Like, it's not walking distance. And check it. If I gotta buy fresh, even if you have to buy that and you have to buy it for a family, how much of that stuff are you supposed to throw back on your way back to your home? Like, you see what I'm saying? What they say just don't even make sense sometimes.
Who has the time to go to the supermarket every single day? You know, nobody has the time to do that, to fit into their schedule when they got to go to work. They got to, take care of kids. They got to do all of these things. And on top of that, you want me to go to the grocery stores and get fresh food every single day? I
I'm trying to see
Yes, creative. They want you to go there.
He's
Yes.
talking about village life. That's village life. That you can live that kind of life when you live in that type of village. You can't live that type of life in a city. You can't live that type of life if you live in a rural area where those things aren't there for you to be able to go get every day. And let's not
Exactly. And on top of that, groceries are expensive in the
Exactly.
city.
Yep. I mean, the fact that he brought up the scenario shows you the level of intelligence he's at, which isn't very good. It's not a good look. Italy itself is like what, the size of New York, maybe?
right. It's small. It's very small. It's village. Like it's really village life, and you can do that. You can do that there.
See, they always do that. They always bring in these
But the
anthologies that don't
scenario
fit.
had nothing to do with what the lady was talking about. That's why I said, what that has to do with anything? What was the point?
But then
The
again, you
Just Personal Network is what this show is called.
Kids and Cassie Camo said, I live directly across the street from my supermarket and I don't walk because I don't want to. But yeah, I mean, the fact that he made this analogy to what these women are talking about makes no sense. Like, what is he getting ready to juxtapose this with?
Sperm count, giving cancer to people and all of that. Like, there's no need to do that. So it has effects on both sides. If something is wrong with a man's testosterone, it's something wrong with.
By the way, Italy is one of the most, let's say, not nice to Africans place in the world. I'm not going to say the word.
Yeah, but it's different. They treat Africans different than they treat American Black people. They do make a difference between that. They don't treat American Black people as bad as they treat Africans, and it has to do with them feeling like Africans are coming over taking their jobs. But again, I'm confused why he's talking about this. This is not making sense. Can you rewind it just from his supermarket analogy?
That there's no need to put all these damn preservatives that's lowering your sperm count, it's giving cancer to people and all of that. Like, there's no need to do that. So it has effects on both sides. If something is wrong with a man's testosterone, it's something wrong with a woman's ovaries. This is where fibroids and all the hair products.
What the hell is he talking about?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know because it's not the same thing on both sides. Like, it's not. We have different biology and different makeup. Like, every woman is not prone to having fibroids or having endometriosis. So I really don't understand what he's talking about. And every man is subject to having lower testosterone. So if you're going to compare testosterone with something, compare it to estrogen, not to fibroids and endometriosis. These people like to talk about stuff that's not in their purview. Like, dude, you don't have the range for the conversation.
And you're looking at Lapeef Dusty logic. So off the bat, you got to take it with a grain of salt, that whole show.
And he doesn't look like the healthiest man. So why?
Come on now, neither one of them. The other one on the other side looks emaciated, like he probably drinks a lot. Like,
if I want to hear something about health and wellness, I want to look at the person and see health and wellness. And I don't see that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
go to the doctor and check on their kidneys. Black men don't like going to the doctor.
What's funny to me is that dude is not exactly in the best of shape himself. So why is he even talking about it? It looks like it looks like he puts down a couple, bacon burgers himself.
Exactly. And that's why the woman from Italy was looking at him like, yeah, fool, you are the one that needs a small refrigerator and you need to walk to the market very often.
all of these things the FDA approves literally are killing us. So,
and he looked. See, that's what bothers me.
Well, what did that have to do with anything, though, DJ? I'm still confused. I thought he was going to tie it together. How did this come into the conversation? Like, what? I mean, it's just like he clicked on and just started talking about something random. Did I miss it? Can someone explain how this fits into what the topic?
No, it makes no sense at all. It's like
he just wanted to chime in.
Yeah, I guess
Woo, are you a nurse? I can't remember. Are you a nurse?
No, I'm a respiratory therapist.
Okay. Hey, have you seen them put 2 dementia patients in the hallway, just to watch them in the hallway? Like, it's like
Yeah.
listening to dementia patients. Like, they will be having a conversation and they will wait for the other one to respond, but they're having 2 different conversations. That's what this reminds me of. Like, what is he even talking about?
They on 2 whole different topics. They on 2 whole different planes.
I got a
That on all
question. Do y'all?
But I got my 2 in there before my sperm count went away, so I'm all good over here. And I don't think let y'all tell them black guys don't have a problem with their sperm count or testosterone.
How did he get on sperm count?
I told you, like, did we miss DJ? I promise you fast forwarded it through something.
It's going to the subject of sex.
No, go back.
It's
I
blood.
refuse to believe that there was not something that we missed. We had
No,
to miss something.
no, okay,
I know.
okay,
I
I'll
don't
rewind
believe
it.
you.
I'll rewind it. I'll rewind it.
Thank you.
I got a quick question.
Literally are
DJ.
killing us. So
Okay, go for
No,
it.
no, go back some more, DJ.
Do y'all like the old cast better or this cast better?
Oh, no, come on now, Happy. That don't matter. Let me hear what that. Let me hear what. I'm trying to keep this train of thought. Let me see. Click play.
and testosterone,
No, go
there's
back some
something
more.
wrong with a woman's ovaries.
Go back
This is
some more,
where
DJ.
fibroids and all the hair
DJ.
products.
I'm telling you, I didn't fast forward
Their
it.
family. And I was like, damn, if you do that, there's
Keep
no need
going.
to put all these damn preservatives.
Keep going.
That's lower. Also stupid. She answers because it seems
Keep
like
going.
they practice.
Misunderstood what you're saying. Now I understand what you're saying. I was okay.
When I went to Italy, it put a lot in perspective for me. When I started asking regular questions and they started giving me
Okay,
answers,
yeah.
because it seems like they
He
practice
just wanted to
telling
talk. Like,
Americans
this
how
makes no
bad they are at life. So I asked them why their refrigerators were
You
so
can go
small.
forward. You can
And
go
the
forward.
lady looked at me, was like that looked like you damn Americans. Y'all so
So
No.
he basically went from a market anthology into a sperm count.
No, he basically just came in and said some nonsense that didn't tie into anything that these people were saying. And I don't know how people don't call the bull crap out. Like, I can't even sit. I would have just stopped him. Like, wait. Is this relative to what we're talking about? I need you to
They just let him
sidestep.
talk.
And that's submission.
I would.
DJ, you like the old one or the new one better?
so stupid. She said food is supposed to be made fresh. You're not supposed to keep tons of food in your refrigerator to eat. That's why they walk to the market to make fresh food whenever they decide to cook a meal for their family.
Okay, I'm done with him.
But I got my
At least put 14 million babies in the world. How many die? You can at least
with their, and I don't think they put 2 in there before my sperm count went away. So I'm all good over here. And I don't think let y'all tell it, black guys don't have a problem with their sperm count or testosterone.
See, all he has to offer is D and dust. That's funny.
Okay, let it play though.
put 14 million babies in the world. How
She
many
says
now?
she's a PhD
I'm a PhD
practitioner.
in what?
Join the panel.
Why you got on a stethoscope?
Yeah, because that's more
PhD is that?
research, right? That's philosophy. That's the research.
Okay,
Maybe
so
scientist
wait.
or something.
Public health. She could be a public health.
These geniuses don't know you can have a PhD and still be a practitioner. You can still be a GP with a PhD. Like, I mean, why are people having conversations that they don't have the range for? Nurse practitioners can have a PhD and be wearing a stethoscope. PAs can have PhDs and still be wearing a stethoscope. So I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with these people. Like, if you don't know, and so stop having a conversation. I think this had to be cut up because this doesn't even make sense.
PhD. Just kidding. DNP. Told you it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna go that route. I'm still doing nurse leadership. But
Okay.
Wait,
yeah,
he's
I'm
a
sorry.
Okay, so I have a question.
Did he say he was a nurse internship or something?
He said, I'm still going to do nurse leadership.
What the hell is that?
It's either admin where they may be over that particular floor. They're the nurse manager of that floor, or
of the floor or something like that.
yeah.
Like,
So
But
he
I
said
still don't
going though,
understand.
right?
Like a charge nurse or something.
Yeah,
Like.
I still don't understand where he's going, but okay.
Wait, let me see what he said.
Unless
But yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have a question to the lady. Wait, what's DNP and what's FNP? I don't know.
Doctorate nurse practitioner and family nurse practitioner. She's likely a family nurse practitioner, then got her doctorate in it.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't think about that. That makes sense. So questions: do women like cheaters? Question to the lady. Wait, what's DNP and what's FNP? I don't know.
Doctor.
So they're
I'm not gonna
bouncing
go that
back
route.
to the
I'm
subject that they originated
still
from.
doing nurse leadership.
Wait, okay, I want to hear this part right here.
Told you it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna go that route. I'm still doing nurse leadership. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have a question to the lady. Wait, what's DNP and what's F? Okay, yeah, I didn't think about that. That makes sense.
See, that's a prime
So questions: do women like cheaters?
They love them. The men that they say that they want are cheaters.
Do you think it's the cheating part that they like, or do you think
Yes,
the man
so
that
he's lying.
Oh my goodness.
He's
Women like catching HIV?
Right.
Is that what
What
he
doesn't
said?
make sense is why the question should have been, he should have been the one posing the question to the women, not the women posing the question to him, because he doesn't know what women like. All he knows is what the women that he's dealt with has told him. So the question should have came from him. Do women like cheaters? And you have 3 women on the panel that can answer that question.
Here's the thing. Women, it's not that women like cheating. Women put up with cheating because they want to try to keep their relationship together when they know that this man ain't shit. He wants to do what he wants to do. And for this man to say, yes, women like cheaters, he doesn't know he hasn't met every woman around the world. We do not like cheaters because they bring something to women that women are gonna get for the rest of their life, like HIV, AIDS, stuff that they bring back to their partners. And these guys do not understand that they put our health at risk when they lay up with prostitutes, strippers.
No, Diamond. They fully don't care what they bring back.
That's what I'm saying. They don't care.
No, the thing is that women are attracted to men who cheat, but not because they cheat. He's trying to make it seem like women like men because they cheat, which probably means that he cheats. He's either not that smart and he needs to articulate it better, or he's trying to be disingenuous.
Well, what they may be attracted to those type of men because those type of men are charismatic. It has absolutely nothing to do with the cheating aspect because it's not every woman that's going into a relationship saying, I want a man that's cheating. So they're not attracted to cheating men. They're attracted to the charisma of the man that is likely the one that's whoremongering. It's just that they're more charismatic, they're more outgoing, and they're more apt to approach women than other men.
Somebody's okay. Yeah, and it's
I
more.
think I disagree because is somebody else talking?
I was. Go ahead.
No, I'll just wait. It's fine.
Oh, Kemo was what started talking before you, Heathen Queen. I actually muted her because of the background noise. So go ahead, Kemo, and then Heathen Queen.
Go ahead.
No, you could go ahead. I gotta get some gas. It's okay.
Yeah, I could tell you're at the stage and I could hear the digging.
Oh no.
in the back.
I was saying to a certain degree, women have been trained. We have been trained over the years to not expect fidelity. Don't be surprised if he cheats.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised. So we have gotten trained to a certain extent to expect. It's not that we like cheaters. We just know that 9 times out of 10, the bulk of men are going to cheat. because if they get an opportunity, that's what they're going to do. So they have trained us as women.
I'm not trained that way. I'm sorry. I'm still shocked when you do it because I've already put down that that's not something that I accept. So I'm still shocked when you do it. You're getting gotten rid of because that's not what I'm signing up for.
Right. True. But a lot of women, I'm saying a lot of women are trained for that. They are trained. They have been trained for that. But no, we've been trained for it. It's just a lot of us have standards, boundaries, and expectations.
No, I haven't been trained for it, is what I'm saying. I've not been trained for that. I'm sorry. Nope, not been trained for it.
Yeah, but a lot of
I
women
think she's
have.
saying that a lot
A
of
lot of
women
women have.
expect that. A lot of women expect men to cheat, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
I think men will flow better if they tell women like, "Hey, I'm seeing other women. Are you interested? And if you're not, then that's it." Like,
If they don't do that, they're not upfront with women. It's because if they tell women that, the woman might be turned off, and she
I've
might.
heard men say I've encountered a man who said that he's not monogamous and he wasn't looking for anything serious. I've encountered a few men like that. I leave them alone, but I appreciate the honesty.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I can comment on that. Oh,
I was
sorry.
gonna say I even had a man, right? I told this guy, right, because I wasn't really too much interested in him. I said we could date as long as we're dating and you're dating other people and I'm dating other people too. And
Yeah.
he got mad and he just wanted me to date him and he supposedly just wanted to date me. And I said, then that's not gonna work.
He probably got mad because you beat him to the punch.
In other words, he
these
wanted
guys get
other
mad
women
because
and you not
they
have
probably
another man.
feel that they don't have, like, when you date multiple men, these guys feel they feel that they don't have a chance with you, and they get mad because there is a better guy out there that will treat you better, that will treat you like a woman, and they feel like they don't have that same characteristics as these other men, and this is why they get mad, because they want to keep you while they date other women. And I don't know if you guys know where I'm going with this. Men are confusing nowadays. They don't know what they want. It's kind of a shame that us women have to go through what men want, but they don't ask us what we want.
So it's not
because they don't care.
It's not nothing new. They've been doing this. They want the better women are the ones who are monogamous. So they want you to be their only woman. They want you to be only with them. They want you to be their only you to be with them only. But they want to have the option to be with many women. And that's the way it is, period. Even in polygamous relationships, most of them revolve around one man, many women, and they don't want the woman to have that same option.
And I think it's their self-esteem and their ego, because it hurts their ego that women do have options to date however men they want, and it hurts their ego that
they have whole religions set up. They have whole religions set up around one man, several women. Whether it's ego that's behind it, I'm sure that's a part of it. But yeah, it's very rare to find a man. And usually when you find a man who is okay with having more than one penis in the household, there's something else going on there.
Here's the weirdest part about this cheating thing. Like I said, we make it a man-centric thing, but I think it's by accident that happens. Men do not report being cheated on because it's embarrassing, but women talk about men cheating more because of how you've been groomed for it to affect you.
That's bullshit. Where do you think the term 304 came from?
Thank you. And he said being groomed on how it should affect you, like you don't have your own emotions, like you're not clued into your emotions. They don't understand that the dynamics that happen to women when they're cheated on, and that's the insanity that they try to feed you as to how you're not supposed to feel the way that you feel when you didn't agree upon being cheated on, and then you feel a certain way as if you shouldn't.
They've been trying to normalize cheating forever. When have they not tried to normalize men cheating, but women cheating it becomes something else, a 304.
And they're trying to make it like it's equal. When women don't cheat on men like men cheat on women, it is not even equal. Most especially black women are monogamous.
Well, we saw the graph, remember?
Agreed.
Black men are twice as promiscuous as black women, so over twice. Let me repeat, over twice as much. So with those numbers, it's clear who cheats more. And this guy right here, Trigger Mike, whoever he's supposed to be, he looks more like a marshmallow Mike, in my opinion. He's trying to justify and make it sound like that men don't admit being cheated on. But that's the first thing that comes out of our mouth. 304. Oh yeah, she was a 304. We go into shaming mode, right?
But here it goes back to Danae Jackson when she had that interview of when she was in a relationship with, Derek Jackson, and she explains how she figured out he was cheating is the way his body movement and the way he was touching her. It was not the same, and that kind of it kind of like he just kind of dismissed her feelings, did not try to work out. He didn't say, I'm sorry that I cheated on you. He just kind of like brushed her off and made her feel like she wasn't worth anything. And I'm glad that she's on the stage of healing, because this I don't want to call him a man. I really try not to call him a man. I don't know what to call this man, but this man took her through a lot of heartache and pain. And I don't, like she says, she had a lot of low self-esteem. It's because of his cheating. She did not want a cheater. She wanted to be with her man and try to make the relationship work. So she tried to embody the women that he was cheating on her with, so that she
I have to push back on that when you say she did not want a cheater. From the first moment she started dating him, he cheated, and there was never an entire year that they were together that he wasn't cheating. And so when the guy asked her about the cheating, wait a minute, I hear a lot of background. Is that you, Camo? Okay. So yeah, he cheated throughout. This does not give him permission to cheat. But when you say she did not want a cheater, she actually described when she was in college, and this continued on when she first got with him. She had a scheduled time of week to see him, and she would pass by the girl in the hallway who would go in after. Now, this went on throughout college, and it didn't stop after they graduated, and it didn't stop after they had their first child, and it didn't stop when she was pregnant with him, and he cheated right before they got married, when she was pregnant with him the second time. So just to say she didn't want a cheater, she maybe thought she could turn him into a non-cheater, but she chose a cheater. She chose a cheater, and he was never not a cheater. So that I just wanted to clear that part up.
You can't turn that man's foot.
Okay, wait a minute, y'all. This is just an aside. What is going on with the dude's head in the middle?
I think
it looks like a shave. It looks like a shaved head, but at the same time, like it's some waves underneath the shave.
Yeah, I think he needs a new shaver, or he was in a rush to get ready for the show, and it didn't work out.
it's a mess. It's got a bald head and then a gray beard, and
But is it my screen? Because it looks like there's waves underneath the ball.
I just wonder, like, one thing when I be looking at these men, is their balls gray too? Like, what is these older middle-aged men that think they young women want them and being young women, is the balls gray too? I'm just curious. I don't know why I thought of that, but he just looks off and I don't know, and out of place. And why is he here? He looks like an elder, and what is happening here? Like, what is really going on with these middle-aged men?
Let me tell you something. Like, Gemini, I think that's not waves. I think that's just bald spot, because it's just his. I think that's his head, his skin that's just crinkled up over that little bit of hair he has.
Okay, you think that's
a bald spot?
You talking about like a sharper dog, like those?
Like something like that.
It looks like there's a cone head, like it's like an arrow. It goes up. It looks like a shape.
I don't.
I'm sorry, y'all. I did not mean to get off the subject.
No, it's okay. Like, we should discuss the whole grooming thing, because I don't understand why men don't take the time to put themselves together when they're being presented to the world. When you on live stream, you're presenting yourself to the world.
Right.
So I don't know why.
Especially when you claiming that young women want you. You definitely need. We paying attention, buddy. Like, you definitely need to make sure you're grooming in. When you claiming that at 55 you can get an 18-year-old.
Right.
He thinks that he don't have to put in no work.
I just don't
They should
understand.
learn how to trim their beards. They have it on YouTube. But these guys just want to come on and talk about women like they know women's biological biological parts. These guys don't take the time to groom themselves, wash your face, get a face mask or something. Like, dude, you look horrible.
He did. I mean, I don't know what he did. I think it looks like he was using a shaver on his head, and it just didn't work.
You know what a weave looks like when you like you put it over the forehead,
cornrows under some like sheer weave cap or something. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, glue cap.
That could be a patch he's wearing, like something.
So this is when we told Black men everyone can't shave their heads and be bald, because some of us have very odd shaped scalps. So I
know I do. Right. I'm not gonna lie.
Right now in my car it's dark, and all I can see is Mr. Brown, like a shape of Mr. Brown. Does he look like Mr. Brown? I can't really see his face. I just see a gray beard and an egg head.
If he shaves, yeah, he could look like Mr. Brown with those like that crinkle in the middle of his head, like his skin on top of his head is aging.
Yeah.
He ran through the wall.
Right? But your nature, this is why I said that you understand a man's nature. You are going to gravitate towards a more experienced man. I have never had
look
more
at him
female attention in my life.
Trying to sell old head sex. See, I knew that's what he was doing, but go ahead.
I told y'all that's where it was going.
I was getting attention from other women. So once I leave your house, and
he's not getting any attention. There's nobody's going to see this man.
He has to be talking about Derrick Jackson, not himself. He just has to be. I refuse to believe this man's talking about
He better be, God damn it. Maybe he fascinated. He imagining himself as Derrick Jackson, because you not it, Mr. Brown.
Obsidian was obsessed with Derrick Jackson. I'm talking obsessed with Derrick Jackson.
That's horrible. Yeah. All of them is obsessed with Derrick Jackson. They so obsessed with Derrick Jackson that they can't even take his side and being as though he ain't shit like them, but they so obsessed with him that they gotta fuss and fight with him like a girlfriend. It's just ridiculous. But I get it, honey, because I see him. I know what you're looking at, but shit, just living your truth. The man is,
Calm down,
you know,
Kimmo, before I call your husband.
look, whenever I talk, I act up. I'm in the car. That's why y'all always be hearing me in the car. I had to make a run. I'm in the car, and I'm on my way back.
What's up, hey lady?
Right, but remember now, see, this is how creepy this dude is. Remember, he was the one who was talking about his sperm count before, right? So notice how everything goes back to him. Everything has, now he's talking about himself again. Watch.
I have never had more female attention in my life as to when I was getting attention from other women.
You lying.
So you know, once I leave your house and I'm not picking up the phone the next day, if I was single, of course, I'm likely with another woman, and that shit eating you up inside. Because that dude that's ready to do you right.
He's really thinking
is
that
lying.
he's that valuable of a person.
He's lying. Okay.
See, and the funny thing is this, is that I could see him making an example of some Denzel Washington or even Tyrese before he got fat. But he's trying to make this example of himself. He's trying to use himself in an anthology that he's nowhere near. Nobody,
But
don't get me wrong. I mean, I could see him being married.
Yeah, because we just imagine, we just look at him and imagine his gray-haired balls and how great he looks with those clothes on. Get the hell out of here.
But these guys are delusional because they can rate women all day and long, but it's like they don't see themselves in that camera or in the mirror.
It's amazing
Let's be
how
real
twos
here.
think they. It's amazing how twos think they 7s and 8s.
Yeah.
How you a 2 and think you a 7 or an 8? I'm confused.
And Tam brings up a good point. I want to know where his neck is too. It's like he's no neck. He's got on the wrong color too. I think his wife probably told him to look good.
You know
because
what?
somebody told, and this is how you know how old people are too. Like somebody told him buttoning his shirt all the way to the top is stylish.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I blame Kevin Samuels for this garbage right here. These two, these 7s and 8s. Remember, he used to tell you couldn't rate yourself as a 7. I believe all these dudes think they 7. That's what they think. All of these dudes. Where do you get the nerve? It's not
Didn't Kevin Samuels rate himself a 9? He was like, I think I'm a 9. I was like, 9 where? And where? 9 what? Dog shoes, nigga. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't get why these guys.
I think I'm a 9.
I want to hear.
They
more
want
of what
women
this
that
is
looks like a
saying
10, but they looking like a whole 0. Like
basically,
this guy, the trigger Mike, his body looks like a 0.
Yeah, he's literally round. You're right.
Wait a minute. Let's just dispel this myth that these men seem to have. Women who are 18, 25, and 30 do not be looking at no man that's in his 50s. They do not be looking at men. They need to get that out of their head. Women look for men around their age, 5 years older, around the same age. They do not be looking for men that are 10, 15, 20 years older than them. They do not be looking
I mean, I would say it might be an exception to the rule, but even with that, it may not be. I mean, Idris Elba, he's a good-looking man, but to somebody that's 18 years old, he might, even he may be, look too old. Like, let young people be young and stop shaming young girls for wanting to be with young guys and calling them pookies and all these. These are young men. These are their peers. Like, you shame these men because you want their women.
Right.
You want to be with young girls.
Right. They're not checking for nobody. They not a 25-year-old is not checking for no 40, 45-year-old. She just ain't.
No.
Unless they in the NBA.
I was in my 20s. I wasn't looking for nobody like way older than me. I wanted to date in my age range. That's like
even George Clooney, Brad Pitt, and what's that other one name that always dating little girls? Leonardo DiCaprio.
I think that they fine, but they, they're little. Well, they're a lot older than me, but I still think that they good looking older men. But ain't no real when they were young, they were fine. I may hope maybe because I'm holding on to that image. All of them was fine when they was young.
I love me some Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt's still fine, but but he ain't that fine that he was when he was like in who video was that? Shania Twain, one of them videos or something. I don't know which video he was in.
I liked him in Troy. Oh my God.
When he was in Troy, even before Troy, he was in music. He was like the Justin Bieber before there was the Justin Bieber. So like, but he does not look like that anymore.
He looks like anything. I never liked Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt is fine. I don't know what
Brad Pitt and Mr. Black.
Okay, I'm gonna play.
You talking about Meet Joe Black? That's the movie. Yeah, I know all of them, honey.
I know all Brad Pitt was fine. And Meet Joe Black.
I'm gonna play the video, guys.
DJ Torch hating. DJ Torch, you fine too. He won't play the video. Go ahead. He like y'all talking to people too much on my panel, but go ahead.
Right, they won't cheat on you. It's calling your phone and you're icing him. You're doing that for the man that's out banging another girl while you blowing up his phone. So women do love cheaters.
So my question though is it the cheating that they like or the characteristics of for example, he may be like somebody just said, he may be an attractive man.
Right, exactly. That's what makes Trigger Mike look so stupid, because she just nailed it. It has to do with the guy's characteristics that you all, not me, but you all have mentioned before. This guy's trying to make it sound like that women like cheaters. They might like the characteristics of men who cheat, but they don't like cheaters. Nobody's going to say, oh yeah, look at him. If he cheats, nobody's going to want to be, he's going to get one person to cheat on, and that's it.
It's like I said, his body is round like a zero. Yeah. Like the letter ooh.
Like a milk dud.
Like a donut.
Look, he got one chance to do something wrong. One.
Yeah, if that.
Half of them don't look like you about to do anything. Don't look suspicious, buddy, because she's gone.
Knowing his wife probably wants him to cheat so she can get out of it.
And like people, this is the thing that people don't understand. Nobody wants a cheater, but it is human nature. Both men and women do the same thing. For whatever reason, when your partner or somebody, or when your partner is desirable and somebody else desire them, it triggers something in your body, in your brain. It's the same. Men is the same way. Men don't want women that don't nobody else want. They want women that other men are attracted to. Even though you don't want women to cheat, although you do want men to want her. It's the same thing. So these men just say anything at this point. I think it's because he's unattractive that I feel like some of these men know the truth, but they have like insecurities and those type of things. So they'll use any type of excuse to fit their narrative of being rejected.
They know that we can see it right through them. When they talk.
Right.
Let's listen to some more.
Okay, everybody, I'm going to play this video. Here we go. I'm going to try not to hit pause. I'm going to try.
Man. So it's really the cheating that they like, or the men who possess those certain qualities or cheat the most. Like, go ahead, Enos, because you're nodding head.
Yeah. So I don't think it has anything to do with success. I don't think it has anything to do with money. I don't think it has anything to do with status, because Pookies and Ray Rays have the reputation they do for a reason, right? Women who grow up in chaotic environments, whether it is a fatherless home or they have a poor example of male leadership, are accustomed to chaos. And so they're attracted to what's comfortable, even if it's toxic. And so the cheater becomes exciting because that's how they understand love. That if they're not chasing it, if they're not doing all these crazy acrobatics, if they're not, going through his phone, then it doesn't really feel like love. They don't identify it as love because the adrenaline rush isn't there. So if we're asking, do women love cheaters? Absolutely, they do. Because
No.
Is she still not
She
saying
is
it right?
crazy.
It's not the cheating.
These are
It's
bird
not the
brains.
cheating. It's the dysfunction that they're attracted to.
Right.
So it's not the cheating itself. So no, women don't love cheaters. Women love dysfunction, is what she's saying. I don't disagree with everything she said, except for the fact that women love cheaters. No, they love the dysfunction, and they feel like they're being loved in the dysfunction, and they don't understand peace, and so chaos is what they thrive in. That's what because they've been ingrained since childhood to accept chaos, and chaos being love, they go into chaotic relationships because that's what's familiar to them, and that's what's comfortable for them.
Right. And she's trying to bring it home like it's basic. It's about the cheating, and it's not the cheating. It's just that's just a part of the dysfunction, because usually dudes who cheat, they got other issues.
Exactly. Yes.
The stable guy, the guy that's going to give you everything you need, the guy that's going to fulfill all of your needs, all of that fun stuff, he's not making you do those things. And so a lot of women who aren't used to that type of dynamic, that healthy dynamic, they don't thrive in that situation. They thrive in the cheaters. They thrive in the chaos, and they continue to perpetuate the cycle that they're used to.
I don't know if I 100% agree with that either, because I know some women from some pretty solid homes that
But
they don't give a damn.
Doesn't
Yeah,
mean
yeah. See, he did bring up a fairly decent point. I've seen women that grew up in solid homes, and you're asking yourself, damn, why are you putting up with all this? I mean, you got all this going on for yourself. Some people are just it's just like that. Don't get me wrong. I mean, both arguments are valid, but she's trying to make it an authority that it's only women in broken homes that have this and chaos who have this problem. Look at a perfect example is who is that? Who's the daughter of that country singer? What was her name? She sings hip hop, but he sings country.
I'm throwed off.
What was her name? She always was shaking her booty, the little bit of booty she had on stage.
You mean Taylor Swift?
No, not Taylor Swift, but yes, she's
Miley
another one
Cyrus.
actually.
Miley Cyrus.
You nailed it. You nailed it. Miley Cyrus. She grew up in a pretty decent family, as far as I know, and you saw how she turned out.
Yeah, we all know.
we saw
She
that.
tried to make money off of black men stuff.
Yeah, but people have trauma. They can have as much trauma as they want to, or they can not have any trauma. If you don't have any standards, boundaries for yourself, not for another person, not for a relationship. If you don't have standards and boundaries for yourself, for your personal being, then you will have problems walking on this earth and dealing with people, even though you have stability in all areas of your life. Because there's a lot of people that walk around, they have standards, boundaries, and all that other good stuff, but they don't have their own personal standards, boundaries, and expectations for themselves, not for other people, but for themselves.
I agree with that. And I think we will never know the full story, because if you've ever been in a relationship with someone, you can, especially if you're not married yet. And there was a long time they were together and they weren't married. And they could have made pacts and changed their minds about who they were to each other various times. If you listen to her story, it's very convoluted. And so it makes me think too, when we have relationships, we change up a lot. We change the rules.
Okay, I'm gonna play some more of this video. Here we go.
That the dynamic between the parents was good, or that person was a good father, right? Like, I think that there is that assumption that, yes, a two-parent household is significantly better than a single-parent household, but there's also a huge difference between a two-parent healthy dynamic and a two-parent unhealthy dynamic. So just because we consider it solid doesn't mean we understand the inner workings of that family.
Well, I was gonna say that could be a part of it, right? For some situations. But I also think it's the social conditioning that women are expected to accept, that
this is going to happen. And so because you already have the expectation that it's going to happen, I think there's just already a level of acceptance that that the man is going to cheat. So I think that part plays a part in it as well. It's not that I'm attracted to the cheating or like the cheater. It's societal wise, I'm never going to find a man who doesn't cheat. Right? The likelihood of me finding a man that does not cheat is rare. So I need to accept the fact that whoever I get with, more than likely, they're going to end up cheating on me.
Yeah. So
I feel like these people got low self-esteem because I don't feel like that, and I don't care what nobody say. I know that men cheat. I know how men operate in the way that they think, and I also know that they know who to play with and who not to play with. So they're going to play with her and not me, and that's what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Like when you don't have standards and you don't have boundaries, when men know that they can run all over you, it's actually unattractive. And they're going to do it, and you're just going to be a placemat until they meet somebody else, and they could be married to you and everything. Look at Shira's 6th story of how she got her husband, and her wife and his wife knew that he had, because Shira didn't even know he was married, and not only was he married, he had a girlfriend, and the wife knew that he had another girlfriend. Like she was called her and was like, "Hey, are you the girlfriend?" And she was like, "Which girlfriend? Like, which one are you talking about?" So no, like, and you know what kind of wife that he had? He had a wife like Derek's wife. That's why I say it's plenty of women that's running around like that, and what they think is that if they be the most submissive, if they stay in shape, if they don't nag, if they don't do this and if they don't do that, and if they just do whatever the man wants, then he's going to stay. No, that's not how that works. They just play with you because it's easier for them to tell you that, and you do it because they don't got to hear your mouth. Like, no, hell no.
Right. Cam, has Cheryl ever admitted that she knows her husband is cheating on her now, her current husband?
No.
Okay.
So basically, I guess it proves my point that submission is futile.
And you know what? The thing about it is that you said that has she admitted that she knows her husband cheats on her now. The thing about getting into a relationship the way that she did, I would have the expectations of him doing the same thing to me. So therefore, I wouldn't even be with him.
I agree. I only have been watching Shira for the past maybe couple of weeks because her name's been coming up. She has a sadness behind her eyes and personality to me, and it seems to me that she's accepted her position, so she's just going to get paid, and she's showing other women who are in her position, no, you have a cheating man, you got him cheating, and he's going to continue to cheat, so sprinkle, let's get this money.
Yeah, she's for a certain type of woman, and that's why I said, like, if you're gonna be somebody that's tolerating something like that, I guess there's I feel like there's advice from everybody in every situation, and you know the best advice would be like, don't deal with a man like that. Like we already know what kind of man that is, but if you are, make sure you benefit from it. And I believe that that's the part that Shira is playing, because women like this one up here saying, well, you know, I just expected, like, she's defeated and shit. Like, she's the kind of girl that just need to go ahead and listen to Shira, because you're already defeated. At least you should know how to get $1 from it.
What exactly happened to this Sherry person?
She was okay. Basically, she was young and she met an older man and she was dating him. And then it happened. It turned out that he was married and she didn't know. He not only was married, but he had a girlfriend. And the wife had ended up calling the wife called his phone and Shira picked up and was like, hello. And she was like, who are you, the girlfriend? Like, are you like, who are you? And she was like, I'm his girlfriend. Like, who are you? And the wife was like, I'm his wife. And I guess the wife named somebody else. And she was like, no, I'm not, I'm, Shira or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. And the whole time he was married with a girlfriend. And I guess Shira basically was like, you're going to have to choose what you're going to do in this situation. Like,
and so
you're going
to, her husband?
She been married to him now for like, what, 20 something years or something like that?
Why was she kidding? I mean, why
I
was she?
thought she was a mistress.
Oh, okay.
No,
Oh,
you know,
she took the what? She took him, the husband, away from the wife.
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
But this
But
all
can you say
started.
that he did that she took him though? Because he wasn't there. He had a whole nother, girlfriend. So can you really say that he took him? I don't think nobody can take anybody. They just leave.
That's true.
Yeah,
I was gonna
because
say
the
she just
man.
started. She started all of that because she wanted to not be working anymore. She was having a tough time at her job, and she wanted to figure out what's the easiest way that she could make money. And because her bills were piling up, and she didn't know what to do. And I think it was that day that she had quit or she didn't go into her job, and that's when she met James.
Oh, okay.
So he was that kind of guy. I mean, I don't know what your saying is and has been, but there's those kind of guys that he's the ladies' man. Like he's the one that's always gonna cheat. Regard, like he's an older man now. Like so, he probably not gonna cheat now because he's older. He was old when she got him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sherry does.
so she probably just wake up every day with her finger over his nose, to see if he still breathes.
I don't think so, but she has a whole nother channel where she does
Sprinkle,
like
sprinkle.
spiritual work and stuff like that. So she got 2 channels.
So yeah, he's an elderly, now anyway. So I don't think she cares if he probably cheat or something.
Okay, you guys, I'm gonna hop off the panel. I gotta continue my ghost stories. So,
All right. Hey,
All
thank you
right.
for coming through.
Probably
Better.
gonna hop off soon too because I gotta go in the house. I've been sitting in the car for a little while, so I'll probably hop off in a
okay,
minute.
love you guys. I'll
Go
talk to
ahead.
you next
Okay.
time.
Love
Good
you
night.
guys.
Camo, have
Bye.
good with that. Have a good time with that dinner, whatever you were eating before.
Camo, Camo, I need you to fill up my gas tank.
I hate going to the gas station,
Happy on some stuff.
All right.
but
So
yeah, I don't think that she's in like a bad way at all. Like honestly.
No, I
yeah.
meant she was trending. I guess she become more popular lately. I just wondered what happened that she was.
Oh, so a popular YouTuber made a video about her that had a lot of followers, and it started trending. But she was also trending because people think that she's funny because she is funny. Like she's a comedian. She do like these skits and stuff like that, and people was already putting her stuff on TikTok. So basically that's how she trended. It was from TikTok, and then she ended up getting her own TikTok.
Got it. Hey, why don't we go ahead and wrap this up? Let's Camo, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
No, I had a good time. Like this was another funny night. So y'all
Yeah.
have a good night.
You had me cracking up, that's for sure. All right, happy life. How about you?
Just stay safe. Life is short, Mango with the women that meets your criteria. Don't go above that, and keep it nice. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
All right. Hey, lady, how about you? All right.
Sorry. Okay, no, I'll say goodbye, everybody. Thank you. Great show, fun show, you guys. Have a good holiday weekend.
Thank you. You as well, A lady. And thanks again. Creative Solutions.
Thank you for having me. I still like Share 7, and I agree with her. If you're about to deal with these guys and put up with all their antics, you might as well get paid for it. And I agree with her. I mean, if you ain't got nothing else to offer, you might as well offer your money.
Right. I agree.
And that's all I got. Thank you for having me.
Okay. You have a good night. Oh, by the way, Creative Solutions has a great channel. You should check her out for health and fitness and advice. Check her out. Woo said it in the house. What's on your thoughts?
Well, I just had a good conversation with you guys. It was nice talking to you. I haven't been up in a while, so And this was a good conversation. And as far as Shira, I just came across her from like Instagram posts. I didn't know the rabbit hole goes that deep. I thought she was just funny with what she said. But other than that, it was nice talking to y'all. I guess I'll see y'all the next time.
It was a pleasure having you up here, and don't be a stranger. Don't be a stranger.
I know. I'm gonna come back around. I just been busy.
I hear. Hey, busy is good.
I know, right? But bye, guys. Bye, y'all.
Okay, take care, Woo.
Bye.
All right, Heathen Queen.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hi. Yeah. I've never seen Shira except tonight. Never seen her before. Maybe I'll check out her content. I don't know. Maybe. Everybody have your own personal boundaries, standards, expectations for yourself, regardless of where you are in a relationship or out of a relationship. You have to have those standards, boundaries, and expectations for your own personal soul. And that's all I have to say. Have a good night.
Great. You have a good evening. All right, Gemini. What are your thoughts?
I just second what Heathen Queen said. Just understand that this is not reality. Their lives are their own, and your life is your own. So gain the experiences for yourself. Take what these people say with a grain of salt. Don't believe everything you hear, and don't get too wrapped up in these people. Just like you shouldn't get wrapped up in into any celebrity or entertainer.
That sounds good. And my last words are, well, submission is futile.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
All right, I want to kick out some shout outs. I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit. All right, shout out to 33% in the house, Miss RV in the house, Vonda in the house, Madison Goldman in the house, Who Said It in the house, Javon in the house, King Lucifer in the house, Bridget Mouton in the house, A Lady in the house, Vonda in the house, Justy Flair in the house. Ooh, everybody's up in here. Madison Goldman, Melanated Vessel, Henry Mars, LM, Big Jax, Kim Lee Moon, Camo, Queen Award. LM, All Things Nata G, Aline,
Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah, no me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré.